Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line. We are once again continuing with episode 19 of our Megadungeon crawl of the Halls of Arden Vul by Richard Barton, using the Old School Essential System by Gavin Norman. I am the referee for the game. My name is John, and going around the horn, we have our players, starting with...
I'm Mike. I play Goran Blackhood, the dwarf of dismal despair.
Unfortunately, David will not be with us tonight. He is dead to us. He usually plays Onward the Illusionist. We will not have his crazy insights in anarchy tonight.
Maybe we'll live. My name is Matt. I play Avaricios, the left hand of Lysion, the light of loot. I'll get us out of here. You listen. I will get you out.
Light of loot. Hi, everybody. I'm Ted. I'm playing Mort the Goblin for the moment. We'll see how long that lasts. Maybe we can get back to the chopper and get out of here. Yeah. But I don't know.
Yes, I am also playing 4 NPCs at the same time. We'll see how that goes. So yeah,
Pretty give us some, John. You can give me Yoast.
They will be there should bad things happen. Maybe. So it is the 8th of Ligarius. It's around 2:30 p.m.ish. A massive sea change in the entire campaign as they walked from the Hall of Shrines through a broken down corner of one of the shrines and opened up into a full-on futuristic containment chamber of some sort in the science fiction vein. They're in a huge white octagonal plasteel room with 13 containment units in various states of either functioning or not functioning or broken, that are dotted around the sides of this chamber, in the middle of which there is a pool of yellow liquid that is feeding via tubes into those units and then draining into the floor. Next to that pool is a control console of some sort that is got glyphs and buttons that are complete gibberish to everyone at the moment. They have yet to actually investigate the contents of any of the closed units, but they wanted to take a look at the exits out of the room, of which there are 3, one going to the north, one to the east, and one to the south. They checked out this other one first, discovering that at the end of a short hallway, there is actually a crevasse that went down 50 feet. Spotting down there at first, they saw that there were some 2-foot-tall white mushrooms scattered amidst a pile of bones and skeletons of beings the likes of which they have never seen before. Also, the glint of strange and wondrous artifacts that seem to be akin to the same sort of technology that is on display in the room above. Unfortunately, they were not able to assess exactly what was down there because a giant metal ball with numerous sensor orbs dotting its round body levitated up about 20 feet, and then a hatch opened up at the top and a gigantic cannon came out of the top and then out of the sides, ratcheted 2 firing weapons as well that radiated straight line laser beams, red on 2 heads, one from each of the arms, and we're going to randomly determine who is going to get spotted by that. So that is the situation. We left it right there. They're all staring over the edge of this crevasse, and this thing just levitated up. And first thing I wanted to do was a quick status check. What is everyone's HP? You just yell them out.
I am at 8. I am at 8 of 16.
Okay.
I'm at 2 of 4. So we're about the same then. Half dead.
I am at 6 of 9.
6 of 9. Okay, so everyone's a little bit hurt.
That's a Star Trek guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
All of the NPCs are in pretty bad shape as well, except for Yoast. Yoast is he's hurt a little bit, mostly just from being in prison for a little while, but he was in prison for the least amount of time, so he's not.
He's very healthy.
Yes, he
eats well and exercises.
He also has one of the lowest ACs though, because he disdains armor. Okay, so.
So are we sort of all equally piled up to the edge of the crevasse?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So everyone's sort of like at the edge there, and they're looking out over. This thing rises up.
And John, before you get too much further, you said the crevasse is 50 feet deep, but we don't really have a sense of the space it's in otherwise.
Oh yeah, like how far across
I
would
did
it be?
quite briefly give
me one moment. Okay, so I just want to clear up the crevasse itself is 50 feet deep, right?
Yes.
The what's illuminating the bottom of it that you can see is actually the illumination coming off of these 2 foot tall kind of whitish mushrooms, right? That sort of illuminate down there. Plus your lantern light goes down as well. The ball has risen up 30 feet, and you can see it sort of struggling to try to get higher. And then almost in a sort of like a frustration is when it sort of opened up its weapons and is going to fire upon you. So the dimensions of the crevasse are roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. It's roughly about 60 feet across by 40 feet, 60 feet east to west, 40 feet north to south. The lip of this crevasse, but the crevasse then slopes inward to form the bottom. So the bottom where everything is a much smaller area. It's only about like 30-ish by 20-ish. You know what
I mean? No.
It like tapers down like this.
It tapers down. That's correct. Yeah. So it goes down, and in the middle of that area then is this kind of smaller floor.
Like that?
Like in the center. Like you're looking at a bowl from the top, so the side, so the bottom is smaller than the top.
What you just drew was the lip, which was basically correct. But then in the center of that is the actual base, 50 feet down, which is a smaller area because it slopes.
John?
So something like.
Correct. You got it. There you go.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
With sloping side.
Exactamundo. You got it.
If you could, Ted, if you could please do the contour lines, like one ring for every 10 feet, that would be great.
Okay.
So, John, you described this as giant. How big is this murder ball?
How big is it? Is. It's not huge. So if you think of the,
it might be the last thing I see. So I want to.
it's pretty big. It's about 5 feet in diameter. Wow, so if you think of like the interrogation droid in New Hope, in Star Wars, right? That kind of comes into Leia's cell. It obviously sort of has that menacing sort of vibe and the levitating thing and the weapons and everything, but that was a much smaller thing than this. This is actually 5 feet wide, right? So it's it's like a man-sized sphere.
Like the drones in Oblivion.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
I'm also experiencing a man-sized fear.
Mm. So, it has 4 8-inch diameter oval sensors that dot the sides of the robot at seemingly random places. And then it has this gigantic like Gauss gun coming out of the top, and then 2 laser things on the side. So as I said last session,
I don't know what a cannon is. Is this some sort of high-tech crossbow maybe, or?
Yeah, that's the way that you guys would obviously see it. But I was saying this last episode, for the ease of not having to explain things in your terms, I'm just going to go with the typical sci-fi stuff. So
it is somewhat comforting to know that our guys have no idea just exactly how.
No, but you know danger when you see it, and you know that thing is not shooting you the friendly hello greeting with that red dot.
It's like an armored beholder. How's that? Why don't we call it?
Which is horrible. That's an awful thing.
Terrible thing to think about.
That's worse. That's worse.
What are you doing?
Right.
Don't give him ideas.
Okay, so it rises up, and it goes chink, and these red beams basically go upwards. I want.
At which point we fail the morale check and we run away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
want Anwir to try and talk to it.
I need someone to roll me a D8, please. And who's rolling?
I got it.
Oh,
D8.
This is the guys. If we lose
6.
initiative,
6. Okay, and roll it one more time.
For yours,
it's a D8 initiative, dude. What are you, Ted?
This is who of them our number gets
1.
shot.
Okay.
1.
So
the dot boys.
The red dots. 1 goes right on Avaricios's forehead.
No.
The other one goes on Anaximander.
Oh no! You
Yeah.
can't kill our old dude.
So
The old dude that got us in all the trouble in the first place.
I'm very
All right.
feeling
Now-
called not it. Doesn't
now,
he understand the
I need
rules of not
I need
it?
someone to roll initiative. Who's rolling?
I think Matt should roll it since
I've
his
gotta
life
roll
is
my
in the
own.
balance.
My own doom.
I mean, come on.
Times
Roll high,
one
dude.
And okay, here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
That's a six.
a six.
Yes!
Nice. All right. Let's see what I got.
Now John will promptly roll a 6. Go,
Yes.
John, go.
Go to the John.
Oh my
Oh,
god, you son of a
son.
bitch.
Yeah, I did.
You're a son of a bitch.
All right, Everest.
You know,
See
more
the-
player deaths are caused by failed initiative rolls than anything else.
Ram Nosrick.
Roll again.
Okay, I got this. Lysion, this is me. Are you there? Let's find out. No, maybe
No,
he's not
you
there.
son of
Oh, that's a 2.
a son of a bitch.
Oh.
I'm calling shenanigans. That's shenanigans.
All right.
There's no way.
Okay, so everybody listening, the GM just won initiative
Yes.
Twice.
twice. This is not good.
Anaximander. Anaximander has an AC of 10
If that.
and is hit.
Oh.
And Avaricios, you have an AC of what?
Let me see here. My AC is 16.
It's
That's good armor.
He hits anyways. I rolled a 19 on the die.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yep.
That's gonna leave a mark.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Maybe the gun's not loaded after all these years.
Anaximander's going to take 4 hit points of damage, and Avaricios,
Expire.
you're gonna take 9 hit points of damage.
Oh, I'm out. That's
Okay.
I had 6. That takes me to -3.
Okay, death and dismemberment for a headshot, man. That's
What's the death and dismemberment for like a laser blast? That's like that can't be good.
First of all, okay,
That's
Um,
be fine.
it goes on your foreheads, and you guys, both you and Anaximander, you're like your eyes cross and kind of look up at like what up at your forehead. Anaximander, you just hear like a real quiet like that, and you just see smoke come out the back of his head, and he just gone down.
No.
He just drops. So, Samantha and Yost both scream as they sort of stand back from his dead body. Avaricios as well. The same thing happens to you. So how far in the negatives did you go?
3.
3? Okay.
Yeah,
I need
it's
you to roll
6
me a
and
D12 and a D6 separately.
Okay, here comes the D12. That's a 3.
Okay.
think that's good.
It's got to be good.
And the
And
D6?
so the D6. Okay, here we go. A 5.
5. Okay, so you were hit in the head appropriately enough. Probably shouldn't even have rolled for that. And you got a 6. Okay. All right, so it's not that bad. You're out.
It sounds pretty bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to tell you.
You're not dead.
That's pretty
You're not
bad.
dead. So you're out, but you are concussed for let's see, that would be 6 days.
The rest of my life. 6 days.
All right, so we're gonna say basically it did struck a glancing blow. Like you were aware that it was dangerous, so you tried to scramble back, and it just sort of and just shot right by your head and just basically knocked you out and cracked the ground out.
Well, that was my plan to drop to the ground, so he just helped me out.
Okay. That was
Well, the rest of us back the hell up, John.
okay. Yeah, it's done. So you back up. Everyone backs up.
I presume
Yeah,
that
if we drop prone, does it have a line of sight on us?
well,
Okay.
so you said it could raise up about 20 feet, so it's
It's
30
up.
feet below us.
No, it's up 30 feet. So it's 20 feet
It's
below.
up 30 feet, so it's 20 feet below us. So we just need to move probably 10 feet is all, and we're totally out of its line of sight, right?
Yeah, you can just back away. So everyone backs away?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, can I grab Avaricios as I go?
Yep. You pull them back.
Yeah, we pull the bodies back
As
with
you
us.
as you kind of hit the deck and you're like, what the fuck? And you pull back, you can hear, first of all, over the lip, you can see visually you can see like muzzle flash, like radiating in the thing, and you hear like a and you can see like chips of stone being like kind of fly up over the edge, right? And then you just hear like a, and then silence. Actually, what you do see is you see like crisscrossing two dual red laser beams, sort of like scanning around and not finding anything, and then you just hear like a, and they disappear. And Anaximander is basically on the ground at the lip. The rest of you guys have kind of pulled back, and his body is just there, and you just see like rising from a pinpoint hole in his head is just like a little wisp of smoke.
There were good spells in there.
Yeah, there were really good spells in there. John did warn us. He said if an Anaximander takes any damage, that's it. He's done. He's not even rolling to see hit points and stuff. So,
well, so the question, I mean, we're not going to take out this robot right this second.
Nah, dude, we need missile weapons and tower shields.
I'm thinking we need a large boulder. We roll down that slope right at him. But in the meantime, there are other corridors to check out, and we've got to patch up Avaricius a little bit and see if we can get resting comfortably. Perhaps we should put him in one of the capsules.
No.
Well, they could be healing chambers of some kind.
We could just dip him in the goo in the center.
Yep.
So do you have the means to raise Avaricius to consciousness? If you do not, Avaricius can take control of a NPC.
We have.
Yeah,
we found it. We never found a healing potion of any sort.
Well, we did find a healing potion. I'm trying to find my notes where we got it. We got it a while ago.
I wasn't in the hallway with the moving tile images on either side.
Yes. Well, I think it's a healing potion. It was. Let's see here. Let's see. Would have been session.
It was after the prison break.
Let's see. Room.
We'll take a quick minute and we'll be right back. Okay, we double checked our notes and it looks like they do not have a potion of healing on them. They've got a couple of cool potions, but nothing that's going to bring Avaricius back to consciousness. So Matt is going to play a NPC, and he has chosen who, Matt?
I'll. You know what? She was my cellmate. I'll just conscious hop over into Sam.
Great. Okay, so Samantha has. You're going to want to jot this down on a piece of paper, Matt. Okay.
Okay. I have paper.
Just real briefly, she has an AC of 15. She's wearing that red painted scale mail. She was badly tortured, so she's pretty jacked up. She has 3 hit points out of 10.
Oof.
Okay.
No, that's good. That's good. We got plenty.
She
3 more than I got.
Magic Lancer. She's got a magic weapon.
She's first level as far as saving throws go, if that matters. That comes into play. And I believe I know she's carrying a shield. I don't think she was given. Did she take any of the new weapons that you found on the corpses?
Yeah,
but
I think she has the Rancer.
She has the Rancer.
Because I couldn't.
Correct.
I couldn't use it.
She has a dope.
So I gave it to Sam.
Excellent. Okay.
Totally dope.
Okay. So give me 1 second. I just got to get back to our normal level here.
And class, she's a fighter, right? I'm assuming
she's a fighter. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we need to do, I think, is find someplace where we can reasonably rest and put Avaricius, and put a blanket over him. And I don't know exactly where we can do that here in the science rooms.
If he comes down to it, I can kill you.
We go back to the Hall of Heroes, dude. I'm just going to say this since Avaricius isn't here. Our main reasons for not being able to climb up the crevasse are gone.
We just leave him.
He wanted to be carried, in a backpack like Yoda. So
don't forget, you found potions that are like tailor made for that upcoming
getting
obstacle.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's also 2 more corridors coming out of the octagon here.
Yeah, we can go check that and see what Let's go find out what horrible death awaits us in those corridors.
Should we have like Sam will volunteer to go with you guys and keep you safe. But maybe we ask the other guys to stay near that hole in the wall. So if there's trouble, they can hear us yelling and drag people through, so that we don't get a bottleneck there trying to get out if we have to.
So like the tunnel.
Well,
that
I
you came in
definitely.
from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Why don't
say that
we
again?
have?
So the idea was like, we don't need all of us to.
No, I know.
Right? Just have like Nyal and Yos.
I got that part, Matt.
Right.
I didn't hear what John said.
Oh, the important guy. Okay.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. I was just
What did
confirming
John-
that it was the entrance that you came in from. That's fine.
Right. So in the octagonal room by the little
I got it. So
broken wall.
What do you do now?
Not in the shrine.
I got it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then the rest of us will go. What do you want to do? The North Hall? Let's do the North Hall.
Let's do north first.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, once again, to set the scene here, this room is completely white. It has no it has no angles at all. Everything is curved, right? And it's a beautiful, pristine white with a thin film of dust on it. And just so you know that, like if you picture like the inside of like the what's the name of the ship in the beginning of New Hope? Tantive 4, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, NT4, yeah.
Like those kind of interiors, that bright white interior. That's kind of like what it's like, except it doesn't. It's not bright white because it's not ambiently lit. It's only you still got your lantern. Who's got the lantern, by the way? That was Anweir. So
yeah.
I have Anweir's length going on, but someone else needs to carry the torch.
All right. I'm using a shield and a weapon, so I'd prefer it's not me, but if I have to, I have to.
Well, Sam can hold. Sam can hold.
No, Sam needs hands free for that rancer. I'll carry the light.
Okay, Mort,
Sure.
you got it. Good. We're gonna say a turn passed by the recent events real quick. Now, and so what I'm going to say is that these white clean surfaces, this is a material known as plasteel. Okay. I'm just going to say, you don't know that, but I'm just going to, when I say plasteel, you're going to picture that kind of material.
Right. Right.
A hard surface. Anyways. Okay. To the north. Dun, 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 dun. Oops. It's not the right level. In case you guys didn't realize, there's a few levels to this dungeon.
A few.
I thought we were kind of just done. I thought we kind of nailed it.
You're right near the end. We're so close to the climax, guys.
So close, yeah. This is the big boss. Defeat the combat robot. We win Arden Vul. That's great.
All right. Stepping between two containment units that are opaque glass that have something in them that you're deliberately not looking at right now because you just can't stand the horror of what might be in there. You focus.
But they're frosted, right? Like
they're frosted, but there's shapes in there that you could certainly take a look at if you want to. But you're like focused, you're laser focused on the northern exit there. So, once again, it's like a curved arch going through. It goes north about 20 feet, 10 foot wide. Before it ends directly, there's a dead end right there, but there is an iris shaped door. Right, the entire thing is like the entire wall is a round door that has multiple parts to it, like a radial iris.
I believe it's called a sphincter, isn't it?
A sphincter, yes.
Ew.
Correct.
Oh
Yes.
no!
Yes.
Science,
How
you know.
dare
what can I-
you. When we get close, does it make the Star Trek noise and open up?
It does not, unfortunately.
Dang it!
Oh.
Are there
Okay.
any like panels on either side of it? Kind of Star Trekking it like a hand panel.
Unfortunately, not. That's the thing that makes it sort of different than a lot of sci-fi you've seen, is that you've seen like no piping or signage or like weird evidence of like the underworkings of this ship or whatever it might be, right? It's all very smooth and pod-like, right? Except for the control console back in the center of the room.
Yeah.
Now this
We
you can
had
see.
an idea. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm done.
Yeah,
We had an idea on the Discord about using the comprehend languages potion to read that panel.
Yeah.
Do we want to? Let's do this though before we decide to do that. Let's
Okay.
investigate the other hallway and see if there's anything else to read in that one. Then we come back, we drink the potion, read the control panel, and then run to any other areas that have like language that we don't understand.
And just to confirm, John, there's nothing. You said there was a little thing here, but it was empty, or there's nothing here, just that iris.
Nothing, but the shape of this is like kind of takes your breath away too, because you would never seen like perfect geometry like this before, right? Like not fractal, but you know what I mean. Like it's a sphincter. It's a sphincter.
Is there any gap that you can pry it open with?
No, you can see it's like
wedged in.
No, they all kind of come to a point like right in the dead center, right?
Yeah.
But perfect seams,
If Mort could go up and sort of, maybe run his hands around the edge or touch it or, see if it moves or shifts in any way.
It doesn't. It looks, they're definitely separate pieces. It's obvious that they do move, but you cannot discern a way to make that happen. Yeah. Goran,
standing in front of it doesn't trigger it, or touching it doesn't trigger it, or anything like that.
It does not, unfortunately.
Okay.
The walls are still that plain kind of rounded plasteel.
Yes.
White.
Yeah, it's made out of the exact same white material.
Okay. Well, then I think Mike's idea about looking for more things to read makes some sense for sure. So we check the east corridor.
Okay, so the eastern corridor, as you go over there, goes approximately 35 feet. Actually, it goes 30 feet, but then the last 5 feet of it is completely choked with rubble, like from floor to ceiling, huge chunks, like as a massive cave-in of some sort. Just basically, you can easily assess it as it's impassable.
Okay. Can we see through any gaps or like a space at the top? You can climb up the rubble and look through in any way?
No, completely shut off.
And again, the hallway in here, the walls, everything, just that perfectly smooth. No.
Yep. Exactly.
And Sam would like run as she walks down the hallway, just run her arm kind of along it, just like feeling the length of the. I think she'd be kind of fascinated by how smooth it apparently is.
Absolutely. And when you run your fingers, you actually get that sort of like, like that sort of,
right. Because it's perfectly smooth, like glass.
Yeah. So it's very strange. And Goran, you would probably be the most astounded because you have the most critical eye towards this sort of stuff, right? So you would have. Everyone else is sort of like, this is weird and strange, and you're just probably looking at it going like, this is amazing. Like
it's not quite dwarven good, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's as close as it can get,
And no dust in here.
No, there is dust on the ground. There is.
Okay.
And the I know I hadn't had it drawn that way on the map, but the corridors themselves have no like they just open right into the octagonal room. There's no apparent closures of doors or iris or rim or lip or
they're
something
curved,
like that.
right? They're curved, but they're vaguely arch shaped, and they just look to have been built that way. As in, there is no way to contain the containment area, right?
Can we just like give those rocks a little poke, like kind of like?
Yeah, a few of the looser ones move, but there's huge multi-ton boulders that are like blocking that chamber. Like it is impassable. I'm just telling you straight up. You cannot go that way unless you have like
tools.
Lots of tools or some sort of spell that could allow you to pass through.
Or that I mean, we want to use it for other reasons, but like that mist spell,
correct?
Maybe
that would work. That would work. I would say like it is impassable by normal physical means if you guys could think a way around it. But
I think we should save that gas to get out of here because I got a feeling there's no upward out of here.
Yeah.
Well, you want to try reading the?
Let's do it.
I do want to look. I just want to like rub, and I want to look inside one of those things.
You want to look at the horrors within?
I want to see the horrors because if the panel does something to change them, we could tell. Like if it's not moving and we do something on the panel and then it starts like freaking out, at least we could tell if like something changed.
Okay. So
just whatever one is nearest to that.
All right, let's do a quick little map making bookkeeping real quick, Ted, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So I need you to mark certain spokes here as with certain qualities. All right. You've marked 13. So these are all against the wall. I mean, you don't have it exactly perfect, but as long as you've got 13, that's fine.
I have 13 spokes. Yes.
Okay.
And
so
we have
these are 2 that have large cracks and spider patterns within the glass, which you could tell renders them not usable, and they also don't have the yellow liquid pumping into them. Okay, these are two of those. All right.
Which two? Like
I'm going to
two...
tell you. I'm just going to say
Oh,
these are two that you're going to label. Okay. So
okay.
that's what these guys are. Spider cracks. Okay, unusable.
Okay. Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
And here.
Whoop, whoop. Let's try that again.
That's like 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, correct?
Ish.
Yeah. Okay. So those are cracked, unusable, but doors closed.
All right.
Okay.
Let me do this then. Whoa, wrong.
Actually, maybe Matt, you can dive in there and do a couple too while we're doing this.
Okay.
There are two more that have the doors hanging open. The doors are present, but the doors are open. Pods unusable, right? Like not powered.
Okay.
That is right here.
All right.
And right here.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
Are you doing this, Matt, or am I doing this?
You can do that. I'll do it while you're doing that. I'll do the next one.
Okay, the next one, Matt. There are two that have doors that are completely missing. We talked about this last time. You actually looked into one of those, right? Where there was glass shards that are on the floor, and you picked up some of those, right?
Yeah.
Those are here and here. Okay.
Sorry, with all the chatter, I missed how you described the two that I had just done.
Those have doors, but they're hanging open. The doors are present, but they're just open.
Okay.
Not powered.
Got it. So
okay.
I'm going to do...
All right.
I'll do that. Okay.
Now, those 6 doors are those 6 units are basically the ones that are not operational. They don't have any liquid flowing into them. Quite obvious. It's like the first thing you notice, right? Now,
okay.
the rest of them, okay, and then there's one, it's right here, okay? This one appears to be fine. Like there's no markings on it, but you also don't see anything, you don't see any shape within the glass. There is also no liquid running into that one, but in all of their ways, it looks like it's like a perfect unit.
That's the one we put Avaricios in.
Now, this one here, this one that you've labeled here, and then every other unlabeled spoke has something in it.
Okay.
So which one do you look at?
Well, let's go back to number 13 because we've worked out the symbol. We know because the reason we looked at that one is we matched a symbol up on the containment unit with a symbol on one of the cards, right?
Right.
Yes.
So why don't we go look inside that one?
Okay. So you see that basically in a semi-reposed state, and you're only seeing like the vague outlines of this thing because of how thick the glass is, right? You can see that that the color of everything in there is like a pale yellow that looks very similar to the liquid that is flowing through there, right? So it looks like the entire pod is taken up by that. There is a extremely tall, about 8 foot tall, what appears to be a thin-limbed biped of some sort stretched out in that pod. You can't tell because everything's just sort of like a vague, shadowy blur in there, right? But it looks like the skin is a dark color, and there are you're not quite sure, like it might be some sort of restraint around the head or some sort, but it looks like there's 2 like horns coming out of the forehead.
Okay.
But it's literally just like a shape. So it could be like a headdress, it could be a circlet, it could be a restraint, some sort of technological device, or it could be something natural. But that's the impression you get is like of 2 tiny little devil horns coming out the side. There's impossible to tell the gender if there is one. It just looks, you can tell it's bipedal. It's much taller than any normal human being, and it's extremely thin.
That's not unsettling at all.
You guys think they're worth any XP if they're sleeping?
That's thinking like a D&D player right there.
Well, we have to open up their insides and take out the organs and sell them to an alchemist. That's how you. That's the
real money.
That's the
money.
real
All right, Ted, why don't you drink the potion since you're a likely lad.
Super Mort.
Super Mort. Super Mort with the intelligence of 13. Okay, why not? I will go over to the console and I will drink what we believe to be a comprehend languages potion.
Ah, okay. So you drink the Goldschlager. It burns. It
Yeah,
burns. All right.
The little letters floating inside.
Yes, and as those letters get ingested, Mort, you suddenly feel as if you could understand anything that was ever written, but
Sweet.
only written, not spoken.
Okay,
Text only.
good thing it's a what we believe to be a written language on this console.
Now, each one, I should also point out, I think I said it last time, but if I didn't, I apologize. On each one of the containment units, there is also a 1 foot square plaque of plastic that also has a glyph on it. I think that's how you matched up 13 with 13, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So what are you doing? You're going over to the console?
I start with the console and read what's on the console face, and then pull out that 13th card and read what's on the card.
Okay.
And then see what happens then.
Okay. So these glyphs, these octagonal radial glyphs with all these kind of weird things, right? They suddenly kind of move in your vision and form words in the Arcantian tongue, right? And you can see that, I guess the effect of the spell, just kind of making this up, but this is kind of how I think it would be, is that the spell, the magic itself has a tough time rendering certain terms into Arcantian, right? Like there's certain things that it just doesn't.
Wow.
It doesn't have words for, right?
Okay.
But
well, this is the spell read languages or comprehend languages?
Read languages.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
a crucial distinction, I should say.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I don't know if comprehended actually exists in OSE, but read languages sure does.
Okay.
Okay. So on the console, you have 3 buttons, one of which is green, one of which is blue, one of which is yellow. There is a smoky gray glass screen. Okay, there's steel and there's glass. So they do like a lot of plastic compounds here, right? But it's obviously like a readout screen that is non-functional right now, right? Something would normally appear there. There are 13 3-inch slots, which you're aware of, and there is one larger 6-inch wide slot, one that's double the slot length of the other ones. Okay. The buttons all have one single glyph on them. The first one says power. Power. That's the green one.
Power.
Yeah.
Okay.
The blue one, the one in the middle, says open containment unit.
Oh.
The third one, the yellow one, says, what would it say? It says activate neuroderm flow. Neuroderm is one of those words that it's like it did its best to translate, and it's just like, this is what I got for you.
That's more than I would expect Arcantian to have, in fact. So.
Yeah. It would probably come out more like sense skin or something like that. You know.
Right. Okay. All right. So I'm reading this out loud and scratching my head, kind of going, guys, I think it,
hit the power button, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what it says. Okay, so then there, apart from the 3 labeled buttons, there's no other text on the panel.
Not on the panel. Correct.
So then I need to start looking at the tabs inside the slots, and we'll start with number 13 that we looked at there.
Right. Okay. So that one, there is a glyph on it, and the let's see. I guess I'm just going to tell you that. So there is a strange name. It translates as best as it can into like Arcantian letters and just kind of spits it out, but there's no indication of like what it means. So you're like, once again, you're not comprehending it. And it is Trivlock. TRIV-LOK.
All right. That suggests to me that it's
Person.
it's a person.
Mike?
Right.
It's
I just want to ask, like, if these were descriptive names like the Butcher of Brevia or something like that, they would translate into that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
okay, like, I mean, even if that was your proper name, right?
Yeah. But this could be,
Okay.
it could be like a person's title that you don't know.
Right.
Could be
your title.
It sure sounds like a proper name, but once again, you're completely out of your element here.
But if it was a title, it would translate the title, correct? So if it was like Lord or Justicar or Executioner, that would translate.
Yeah, that's probably
if it
true.
knew that was what
If the magic knew, right? Yeah.
But
Oh,
let
the
me
magic
ask,
knows all, John.
yeah, let me ask you this, John.
Mhm.
Is the magic trying to make this into the same way that you would write someone's proper name? Like with a cat, like if we were doing it, we'd put a capital letter there.
This one, it does like it's like all caps, like it doesn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't know, so it just translates the actual letters.
And that one is broken, right, Ted? Like number 13 was broken, or no?
No, 13 is a functional containment unit.
Mhm.
That's the one with the pale yellow, thin-limbed biped.
You should definitely make circles for the ones with like a different color. You know what I mean? Like a bright red for the ones that have things in them or something.
Or happy green or blue or something.
Yeah, or you're happy cerulean blue, like a blue sky.
Yeah.
John, what time was, if we use this as a clock face, 13 was about where?
It's the one that where it says something inside there.
I wrote that a few places.
Well, he's got it. He's got a pale yellow.
We've got it labeled pale yellow biped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, I see.
I gotta just matching up one circle over to another is really annoying. It's not a very precise.
That's all right. Neither are we.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that have something inside. Is that correct, John?
There are, yes, correct.
Okay. All right. So working out based on the glyphs on those 6 that have something inside.
Mhm.
Let's read those glyphs and see what they say.
On the cards or on the plaques on the units?
Well, I was
probably both, right?
Both if they match, but if I'm counting
yeah, that's fine. We can just go through them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do the ones that are have things in them. Okay, so
right.
there are 2 more that spit out what appear to be names or titles or foreign words that you don't understand. Okay.
Yep.
One is Baltaj Kop, and that's Baltaj as one word, and then Kop, Kop, K-O-P.
Okay.
The other one,
yep,
is Janaka, Janaka.
Janaka.
Correct. Yeah. Now, every other card, including the ones for the emptied ones or the broken ones and all that sort of stuff, all say it says specimen and a number. Number doesn't really matter. Okay, it's just like specimen. Blah, blah, blah. And all of them, there is a specific glyph on there that translates to danger.
Ooh.
Or dangerous. So it's sort of like it's like a biohazard sign, right? It's sort of like the equivalent that it's coming out as.
So like 3 scientists and a bunch of specimens or something like that. Do the ones with names all look like thin-limbed bipeds and the others all look different inside if you wipe the glass?
The other 2 look different.
Oh.
So Janaka, who happens to be let's see, where did you put that's trip lock? Okay. Right here. Janaka.
Okay, so this is Janaka. Okay.
Okay. Like even stranger than the 8-foot tall skinny biped. Very strange creature here. It's probably about 5 feet high, but you can tell immediately in the smoky glass that the thing has 6 legs.
And no, nothing with 6 legs is ever happy.
But the legs are like 6 legs. Like, yeah, you're thinking insectile, right? But it's like, but they're not like spindly, spidery sort of thing. Like, 2 sets of them are actually thick and muscular. The middle set is actually a little bit weaker, right? You can see that. You can just visually see it, right? The uh, the the creature itself is sort of not obese, but like bulky and strong looking, like with a wide torso, and it has like a bullet shaped head of some sort, like a spade shaped head. And you
Like a praying mantis kind of head.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah.
We don't open that.
Yeah, and you can see that it's actually wearing some sort of clothing of some sort that's tailor made for it.
Okay.
That's basically all you're getting with that sort of shape.
Okay. And Baltaj Kop.
Baltaj Cope, who is over across the room over here.
You want to get that one, Matt? On the map.
By the way, for timekeeping's sake, investigating the quarters took a turn, doing the console took a turn, and then each
all of this wandering around looking.
Yeah, a couple turns as well. Yeah. One moment. So
it's the one just to the left of the top green one, Matt, where it says, oh, but that says empty.
That one's empty. It must be the one.
Oh, so it must be the one that says something inside, right?
The 11 o'clock.
Yeah, sorry if I hit the wrong.
11 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
That's Baltaj.
In this one, there appears to you actually mistake it at first for the same kind of being that was Trivlock,
right?
Because it's tall and skinny, but this one is not quite as tall. It's about 6 feet tall. You can see that its skin is much lighter than Trivlock, but it has exaggerated, like large knee and elbow joints, right? Like spindly arms, but they exaggerate like how big the actual joints are around the knees and elbows. And you can see here that despite the opaqueness of the glass, that the slim sort of egg-shaped head has extremely large goggle-like eye, like massive eyes. You can actually see those through the opaqueness. They actually stand out.
Ugh. If it does not.
All right. So then, we could. Okay, one more question. Well, many more questions, John.
Mm-hmm.
When the tabs with that are in the slots, I think we already established this. They come out, but they don't go in deeper or otherwise.
No. Onweir found out that like each card has like a notched end, so they can only be inserted one way to fit into the slots that are presumably deep down into the slot in the slots.
So my guess is that if we were to hit the open containment button, any one of these slots that had a card in it would activate open containment. Like if we wanted to open one slot, we take them all out, put that one slot
in.
Yeah. That's my guess. Mike.
I would suggest turning on the power button because then the screen might activate and you might get a chance to read a lot more text before the spell dissipates.
Oh, the green button?
The power button.
I thought he said hour.
No, power.
No. Power.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
As in, I got the power.
I thought he said hour, and I was like, do we this somehow? Okay.
We've all said power to you like 4 times, and you just keep running like, whatever, guys.
We must practice our sibilance.
I think it might be the microphone speaker thing here, because I did not hear anyone say power. I kept hearing the word hour.
It's probably suppressing like pops and stuff like that. So cut out.
John, do we have any sense about how much longer we have on this potion? Does it start to like fade or?
It was 6 turns.
I think I did tell you, although I probably
It was
shouldn't.
6 turns.
I believe it was 1d6 plus 6, I think.
I want to maybe take all the tabs out of the slots before I hit the power button, but
yeah, well, I mean they're labeled right now. Oh, should we? Our characters don't have anything to write with, really, do we? It would be good for us to like take notes or rubbings or something if we can.
Maybe because we don't know what the big 6-inch slot is. Oh, what the hell? We're all gonna die anyway.
Pull them all out and push the power button.
I pull all the tabs out, and then I push the power button.
That's gonna open all the doors, isn't it? Oh my god.
And you see like the gray plastic glass screen flicker, and it goes, and it pops up, and you can see there's some sort of interface, right? At the same time, you hear in lights
Ooh.
turn on, like these sort of ambient lights that are sort of built behind the plasteel. It's obviously some sort of like porous substance or something like that. You have no idea. It looks like magic to you. You're like, just what
Right,
the fuck?
right.
And now it looks like the interior of the Tantai 4, right? Like now it's like brightly lit, like shining light, right? All of the buttons light up their individual colors, like an LED light actually is back behind the buttons, right?
Yep.
And you can see that there is on the screen, it looks like magic to you. It's like a digital readout. And you can see that there are icons that are obviously meant to indicate the units, right? You could tell that even if you didn't have the potion on, right?
Okay.
And each icon underneath has a glyph, which when you're looking at it more, you can tell it has the names of the people, the things or whatever in the units.
Maybe
So,
there's files on each one of these people that you can read or something.
Now
Well, here's,
the ones that are empty,
right.
the ones that are empty and broken.
Oh.
Okay. All that those icons are red and are flashing.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
wondering about one that's empty but looks functional.
That one is green, and all the ones that have creatures in them or things in them are also green.
I want to press the icon or like touch the icon on the screen for the one that's empty but looks functional.
Okay, so you touch it, and that icon makes all the other icons disappear, and that one enlarges on the screen, so it takes up the entire screen.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can see that it sort of gives a readout of the status of that. So it basically says containment unit, and it has like a number, whatever number that was. I don't know, 7, right? Containment unit 7, idle. You know.
Are there any other icons or commands I could read?
No, there is a question, and it says input. And there's like a cursor there, just sort of like.
Oh.
Does there look like? Are there buttons anywhere to push stuff other than the 3?
3 buttons.
Input. Can I talk to it? Hello?
What are you doing?
It doesn't
Why are you talking to it?
Transcribe my words or anything.
What is wrong with you?
I tap where it's flashing. Poke it.
This little goblin, you should stop that right away. You want to open these things? God knows what's in there.
I want to put Avaricious in one.
Why would you want to do that?
Why would you want to do that?
I want to activate his
like
hero
he's
turn.
unconscious. Why would you want to make him suffer more?
I don't think it's going to make him suffer. That I bet. Look, this is crazy old. Like these are the ancient gods in these. They've been living in these for centuries. I bet this thing would save his life. I'm not going to let any gods out. That's for sure.
Ooh, let the gods out.
By the way, the odd appearance of those 3 aliens, none of those correspond to any Thothian mythology or Setian mythology that we're aware of, right?
Unfortunately not, no.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I still think there's got to be some sort of like file on everybody that's in there. Like Dr. Xavier is in pod 4. He's known for this, and this.
Well, we pulled all the cards out, right? Do you want to put one card in and see if it...
all the cards are gone. You have the open whole unit icon up on the screen right now. And you know that that blue apparently opens the panel, right? Opens the
containment unit.
The containment unit, and yellow activates neuroderm.
Maybe there's some surveillance video in here, Ted, to find out what happened when those things broke.
Well, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like the only input that's available at this point is blue or yellow.
So put the one that corresponds with the empty functional one, the one that seems empty and functional.
Right.
8 o'clock, and see what happens. See what happens when you open that containment.
What I'm wondering is if the tabs that, or the slots that had all these tabs in it, if those are just for storage, and I need to put something in the 6-inch slot that like sucks it in, and because
It seems like that's missing something. I don't know.
How
Yeah.
high tech can these guys be if they're using floppy disks? Come on.
well, it's true. Okay,
guys,
so
I need
I've
to
got-
take a minute. I need to just go tuck in my kid, but I'll be right back.
Sure. Actually, you know what? This is actually a good time to take a break, and we'll all be back in just a minute.
Thanks, guys.
Okie dokie. We're back. So
Okay, so
what
on the screen, it's waiting for input.
Mhm.
I'm going to take the card that was in the empty, that corresponds to the one that's empty but functional, and put that back in the slot that we think corresponds with that spot, and see if anything happens on screen.
Okay. Okay. So there's a pleasant beep as you insert the control card. Like it just like and then let's see, the screen would say there's a glyph that appears and it goes across the pod, it goes across the icon of the pod, and it goes flashes, and it just says green, but it just says empty, empty, empty.
Okay. So then I want to hit the blue button.
The blue button.
Open containment unit.
Okay.
There's no way this can go bad.
And the opaque glass goes in it, and it opens up.
On the one that we wanted to?
Mhm, yes. Mhm.
Okay. Good.
And nothing comes out. There's
What's
like
in there? Does it look like a comfortable couch, or is it filled with chains and buckles?
there are buckles similar to the ones that you saw before, right? There's a rudimentary seat, but it's more like just something to sort of like rest your rump on. You know, like those seats in like old medieval cathedrals, like the priests would sort of, they weren't really seats, but they were just kind of to support their weight, so they looked like they were standing during long
Yep.
sermons. It's like that, right?
So none of these containment units are lying down. They're all more sort of
Mhm.
vertical.
They're all more vertical. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see. So we can't really very easily prop an Axamander up in there because he'll just fall over.
Well, yeah. I mean,
We
there
could
are
put
ways
those in.
you can easily see that they're like, this is not like strange to you. Not, it's not something you couldn't figure out. Like you're looking inside the pod, you're like, oh, I see how a body goes in here. You know.
Should we try and put him in and see what it does?
I mean, he's already dead.
He's dead.
Well, he's
And maybe it'll bring him back to life.
To be clear,
Maybe it'll
audience,
make him-
he's unconscious. He's fine.
No.
No.
An
An Axamander.
Oh, an Axamander. I'm sorry. Yes, yeah. That man.
Yeah.
Dead. That
He real dead.
that dude's super dead.
I'm curious. Let's do it. Let's put the body in there and act like maybe I can hit the blue button again and it'll close it. And
Well,
we
yeah,
can
does
try
it
activate
did
the
the label,
neuroderm floor and see what happens.
did the label change at all? Does it say open? It still says open, or does it change?
Or empty or open.
So
or-
now the blue button, that glyph has changed, and now it says close.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ah. Okay,
It-
let's put him in there.
Investigate.
You're
What?
putting-
You're cutting out, man.
Sorry.
An
I'm good.
Axamander? Yeah.
No, I was like gonna joke around and shut the door behind you when you guys were looking at the snaps and shit.
All right, so Tresti's like looking at it, and she's just like looking at you guys like as you're dragging an Axamander's smoking corpse over to him. You're like, she doesn't like it at all. She's like, if I was a religious person, which I'm not, but
Maybe we can fix him. Maybe
Maybe it'll
that's
fix
all
him.
right.
Or maybe this is a
she's like,
fitting
the
rest.
man is dead. You are messing with things beyond your knowledge, your ken. This is black, awful magic. And
I mean, it could be a zombie machine.
I mean, she says, she's like, and once again, she always constantly tries to get her bun sort of in order. Like it's like a nervous tick, with her, but she's like, I just, I'm interested in myself, but I'm just saying that sometimes caution is the better part of valor. So,
Wow.
Right. That's why we're in Arden Vul, because
That's why
caution
we're-
is the better part.
Yost is just like, he's like leaning on his two-headed sword. He's just like with his mouth open, just like, just waiting.
I got this. Don't worry about it, Yost. Let's strap up an Axamander in there and I'll close the door.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So yeah.
And
okay. So you close the door.
yep.
There's like some
Okay.
jets of gas sort of like escape out as the thing like
Nice.
pressurizes and
Uh-huh.
stabilizes, and yeah, that's so it's in.
Now,
If
Yes, Mike?
nothing else, this will be a great mystery for the next party to solve.
All right, I'm gonna hit activate neuroderm flow.
Okay, you hit the yellow button. Okay, so the pool starts to bubble a little bit, right? And then you can see like there's already like there's a single tube that comes out of the top, right? So that doesn't change, but you see that where it breaks apart on the ceiling into the 13 different ones, that one of the ones that was not filling. Now there is a line of neuroderm that is flowing along that line. It goes straight into the pod where an Anaximander is, and you can see through the opaque glass that it eventually changes from a grayish sort of non-color, right, and it slowly starts to fill and change to yellow, right, as the levels sort of rise. Okay, this takes another turn.
Does the screen change?
No, it doesn't. However, if you wait, right, until it's all filled, do you do that? So when
Yeah.
Samantha wants to do one thing while this is going on.
Okay.
She's all beat up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she just has kind of put together that you guys think this is healing goo. She's going to take a handful of the yellow goo and just like slap it on like a cut or a bruise or an abrasion or something on her arm.
Okay.
And see if it does anything.
Says the guy who was worried about zombie toxin a minute ago.
No, it's fine.
Okay, fine. Cool.
Okay.
John's reading furiously.
Yeah.
She puts it on her left arm though.
Yeah, so it slightly stings a little bit on her left arm, right? And what's strange is that where she kind of looks at it a little bit, you can actually see that it moves of its own volition slightly, like it sort of moves to sort of spread out over the skin a little bit.
Oh,
right?
dude, it's nanobots. You're fucked.
They're good. They're good. It's good goo.
But it stays on there. You're like it's slick,
Uh-huh.
basically, and it kind of burns a little bit, but it doesn't seem to feel like any better.
Okay. What about poor Anaximander?
Okay, so as it fills up the entire unit, okay, then the screen actually there's a readout on that unit, and it's like and it gives like all of these biometrics basically, and it goes like it says like stable and heart rate, right? there's like a whole bunch of like different sort of things that means like nothing to you, like you're just like what, but it basically gives like a perfect like constitutional readout of Anaximander's
A dead guy.
A dead guy.
I'm sorry, yeah, he's dead. I'm sorry, my bad. I keep thinking that Avaricios is in there.
He is stable. He is stable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
very
I'm
stable.
confusing Avaricios and Anaximander.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
One just a point of order. It just occurred to me, since this whole thing is lit up, should we turn off and save turns on our lantern?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Right. Just I don't want to be wasting.
6, 7, 8.
All right, so now I want to try this with Avaricios.
You have 12
We got
turns.
to see if it comes out.
So,
left on.
Samantha, I need you to write down that there are 12 turns left on that particular lantern.
Dude, I'm serious. Let's throw you in there. What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, the list is long.
Well, let's see how long it takes to drain out. And
Well, more to the point, when we put a dead guy in there and the status lines are what? Deceased, non-functional, not active.
Exactly. No, organic matter detected, no life, no vital signs detected.
And if I sort of poke around on the screen, I don't get to a thing that says
Respawn.
reactivate subject, anything like that.
Fix him.
Nope.
All right,
All right,
I
let's
think
put Avaricios in there.
put
dude,
him
'cause
in there. Just put him in. It'll be fine.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So how do I? Let's see. I guess
Yellow button again.
what does the yellow button now say? Flush neuroderm flow or ceased flow or anything like that.
So there, It does not actually. So it doesn't.
If I hit the yellow button again, does it turn off the flow?
It kind of gives you like a like sort of thing, like it's
Doing its thing.
it's doing its thing.
Mm.
Oh, maybe it's good I didn't go in there.
Throw them in a different one. We have another one that's empty, don't we?
They're
The
empty,
others
but
are
they're
all
broken.
broken.
Mm.
Oh no, there's 2 that seem functional. I think. Maybe
Yeah.
Was there another
All
one?
right. Let's pick another one that seems functional and stick Avaricious in it.
There's only one that was empty. and functional.
Yeah, he's in the only one that worked.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I think we just leave this as an Aximander's grave, and we have to decide whether we're opening up Trivlock.
I like Trivlock. Trivlock has horns or antennae. One of the two.
I'm afraid to open. Oh wait, hold on. Here's the. We open it up. We can't talk to him
Another turn goes.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
write. You can write.
for another turn. I don't think the potions get. It's
You can't
honest.
you can't write. You can't write in their language.
Oh
You could read
You
if
can-
they wrote
you
something.
can read and translate any language.
yeah. We got no way.
Dude, what's the alternative? Oh, while they're all doing this while the power's back on, John, I want to go run up to the sphincter.
Okay.
Oh, smart idea.
Ooh,
Right. Okay. So you run up there.
move. Good.
Yeah, the sphincter has not moved. Now
Hmm.
there is something different, however.
Hmm.
On the left, like once again, in the same manner that the lighting of the entire chamber is sort of hidden subtly, like just an ambient glow behind the actual material of the white walls, there is a blue square on the left side, on the western side, right near the iris door. Okay, and it's about a little bit larger than a credit card. Okay, and that blue square, it's basically like a blue soft edge light that's behind the wall. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I press it.
It
Or
just
put my
feels like
hand on
it
it.
just feels just like the normal wall.
Oh, it needs like a card or something.
Oh, I wonder if
One
you
of
could use Trivlock's card.
Try Trivlock's card.
I'll take Trivlock's card up there.
Like hold it up like a debit card, tapping
Yeah,
at the
swipe.
Right.
Apple
You
Pay.
gotta swipe it fast though.
It
You
doesn't-
can't go slower over it.
Damn hotel room.
No, it's Apple Pay. You got to just tap it.
Tap it. Beep, beep. Nothing happens.
Shit.
All right.
I bet it's on them. It's on. He's got it like on him somewhere.
I breathe on it.
Nothing. Condensation does form.
So
Yeah.
putting your hand on the panel.
I did that already.
Once again, like
Oh,
there's no physical difference to the wall at all. It's only
Right.
that there is an ambient light in the vague shape of a rectangle that's behind the wall.
mm. Okay.
Very strange looking.
It seems like our choice here is to let Trevlock out, who may kill us or he may be grateful,
Or we leave the.
or just book it.
Now why?
I think let Trevlock out because he might be able to turn off the death robot or something.
Now why?
It's
Why?
true.
I'm just asking, just like what makes you guys gravitate to Trivlog versus the other two named creatures?
He's skinny.
He's skinny.
We think we could kick his ass.
I just want to know if there was something
He's
like tipping
skinny.
you off to like that's the guy that we need to wake up, or if this
No.
He's got 6 legs in their bullet head. I don't.
Yeah.
Not interested in that.
Feels like a guy that comes out and then just runs a train on you. I don't think that at all.
No, I don't want that. And Baltaj Cop has Google eyes and big knee joints and stuff. And
okay.
yep,
John's
Trevlock
like,
is skinny.
Yeah, let that one out. That's the one that murders everything. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, why don't we get everybody else out?
Why? We got to be able to throw their bodies in front of us. All right, let's do it, Ted. Come on.
All right.
He's probably still like, if he tries to kill us, isn't he still tied up in there and shit?
It might be. We
I
might
mean,
go.
he's got to be a little. I mean, I've seen Alien. You're a little out of sorts when you're
Doing it.
out hypersleep.
I'm going to open the containment unit for Trivlock.
Oh shit!
Here we go. Oh, bitches.
All right, you run through the sequence, so you make sure that the slot is in the card.
Yep.
No, actually, so actually, tell me what you do to
Okay, so I'll shuffle through the cards till I find the one that we.
Because you haven't done this process yet.
I haven't found the one until I find the one that corresponds with Trivlock, and I'll put it in the proper slot that I believe goes with that unit, and then I should see on the screen all the containment units again, right?
Yes.
And then I touch the button for Trivlocks.
Okay.
And I should get a second menu, right?
Yeah, like it opens up to just his
right.
pod. Yeah.
So what does that tell me? When it opens up to his, what do I learn? Anything new?
So you that one you're getting okay. So you get the name again. Okay.
Yep.
You see that there is a subtitle underneath what now you can confirm is the name Triblock.
Okay.
There is underneath in a smaller font, basically, is a readout that says Jemadar, Jemadar.
He's like a military leader or unit commander of some kind.
And it says sentence indefinite cryogenic containment.
I do not open.
And there is a biometric that you see like a tick 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 stable. All signs normal.
It's a prison ship, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, I pull his card out immediately.
Check the other ones.
And I'm going to check Janaka, and then I'll check Baltosh Cup and see if I get a similar status readout for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so interesting enough, Janaka, who is the six-legged bulky creature, also says Jemadar.
Then it says...
Aren't those the bad guys from Deep Space Nine?
They were.
It says
that's the Jemadar.
It says
Jemadar, I think, is an old word for like a centurion kind of thing.
Sentence, indefinite cryogenic storage. All signs normal.
Throw that one over my shoulder. Let's try Baltosh Cop.
Baltosh Cop, there is no subtitle underneath.
Okay.
And it says status awaiting interrogation.
Yeah.
What about the empty ones, dude? What about the ones that escaped? Will it give you any kind of a file readout on what those guys were?
Unfortunately, not. All it says is dangerous. It says they all say have the sign for danger. They all say they all say like unidentified specimen. And probably something that says something like awaiting further investigation or awaiting further research.
Right.
I say we take those cards and like pick up the ones off the floor they chucked.
Yeah.
And get out of here.
Yeah, let's keep them. We can maybe sell them for their rarity value.
Well, the other thing is now if we have time left, try and get an Anaximander's body out of there and throw Avaricios in there. I think it's going to help him. I really do.
I can try, but I think at this point, having read that cryogenic storage, it's not healing gas. It's just
it freezes you forever.
So parsing all the information off the cards and the units took another turn.
Okay.
And then is there anything on that screen, Ted, that navigates to the sphincter room up there or any kind of data logs or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll see if I can get back to the main menu and there's no other, it's just the containment units?
No, it seems to, the only thing that seems to be that is not focused directly on the unit's operation is the lighting itself, like the powering on of the entire area.
There's the 13 units. Is there a icon for the well of yellow fluid, the pump or anything like that?
That's the yellow button.
The neuroderm flow.
No. I mean, like if you've got all 13 containment units on the screen, there's because in the center of the room, there's the pipes.
Yes, right.
There's nothing in the center of the screen that corresponds to that.
No, but the icons are displayed with color coding based upon their status of being hooked up to neuroderm or not.
Right. No, I got that. What I'm wondering is is there a system setting button that like allows you to control rate of flow or anything like that, and there's no like buttons in the corner that go to other parts. I can't like move my hand around the screen and it's not like touch sensitive.
No, even if there was, it's like it's so beyond your ken, like what you've been able to navigate is like the limits of what you're able to do. Like,
right.
It's just
okay.
not, it would be nothing that you would occur to you, nor would you be able to navigate it should you find something.
Oh, I got an idea. Look underneath the console. Is there anything written under there like maintenance hatch or, pull here to eject or,
Or
No,
gum. Is there
unfortunately,
gum underneath?
just a made in
Emer-
China stamp on there.
emergency stop? Nothing?
Nothing.
And no, like access panel, hatch, screw holes, anything
Nope.
like that.
It looks although the console itself is like it's more like Fallout versions of technology, right? Rather than like super ultra sleek technology.
Right.
But the ultra sleek stuff is of a piece with the console as well. Like the console appears to be made out of that same material.
Yeah, okay. There's got to be a way to open that
Anaximander's
sphincter
thing?
door, but I don't think we should take an Anaximander out. I think we should let him,
Be
it'll
entombed?
preserve his body. It's like a great,
Okay.
mummification thing.
All right. I would like to creep back to the cavern of death on my tummy and peek over the edge and see if Death Robot is still on patrol.
Okay.
You want a nice red dot? I've got one. You can join the Red Dot Club.
You crawl over, and you can, and you're being as quiet as you possibly can, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not using any light on your end, right?
No.
So the light, however, does extend down this hallway, right? The hallway itself is actually lit as well. So it actually does give you a pretty decent view down there. And you can see like sort of nestled in the midst of these glowing white mushrooms down there. You can see the ball just sort of sitting there. It's sort of like lightly levitating about 6 inches off the ground. And it's just sort of nestled within the mushrooms.
I bet Janaka could take it.
Are there some stones nearby?
No, unfortunately, not nearby. Everything's down
Go
there.
back to that blocked corridor. You get a rock.
Now, able
Yeah.
to actually assess down there without getting immediately attacked, right? And just sort
Right.
of like quietly just sort of peering at it, right? You can kind of get a good look. So among the mushrooms, once again, you can see there are numerous skeletons. There are 4 of them are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There are 9 total skeletons down there, all sprawled out, various states of being complete and whole and all that sort and scattered. There are 6 out of the 9 are actually all wearing orange jumpsuits, right? Very much like Rebel pilots sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except they don't have like the pilot gear and helmet and stuff like that, but they're
Right,
wearing
right.
orange like workman's jumpsuits. Which you don't know what that is, but that's what it looks like to you.
Sure.
Now, 4 of those 6 are 8 foot tall, long creatures. And the skulls, all right, are like large, much larger than a human size, but the skulls actually have 2 tiny protrusions extruding from the forehead.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, like
2
Demon.
Those are 4 of the 6. 2 of the others that are wearing orange jumpsuits are very, very different. They're actually about 6 feet tall. And what would their skeletons look like? Very thin, delicate looking bones. If you glance at them like long enough, you would almost swear that they were probably hollow, maybe, right? Like very, very fragile looking. Much more of those 2 skeletons are snapped than the other skeletons down in the base of the pit. And you can see that each one of them has a long beak, a long, sharp beak.
Like an ibis?
Not like an ibis. I mean, that's the first thing that pops in your mind because that's like the bird you've seen everywhere. So that's what appears in your mind. But you look closely, it's not an ibis. It's just like it's more like a oh God, I can't think of like the bird, like a stork almost.
Or a hummingbird?
No,
sort of
not
thing?
like a proboscis like that. Like it's
Okay.
much more like a full beak.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and those are about 6 feet tall. Then
Does the quarter? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
now the ones that aren't wearing jumpsuits, there are 3 of those. Okay, these creatures, are, let's see, they're approximately about 6 feet, thick, strong bones, with like a large torso, like a large rib cage, very, very thick femurs, and you can see that the large, wide skull is like looks like a flattened bullet, right?
Like Janaka.
And it has a sharp toothed maw. Not like Janaka, it's actually different. So like Janaka has that head is like a bullet, like where the front of it is very, very smooth and sort of tapers to a point up near the top, like the cranium. This one
Right.
is more like a flattened bullet, so like it goes like this, right? Like where the snout is like a triangular bullet with
Okay.
Almost
in
like
the
a
maw,
spade.
like a spade, exactly. And the maw is like huge, like the jawbone is large and it has like a lot of sharp, pointy teeth that a lot of them are broken off. Now,
Right.
I really wish David was here, because this would have reminded Onweir of something that he encountered. But maybe just note it down, and he might be able to make that connection later. Now, amidst all that, so there's those skeletons, all these strange creatures, right? No humans, nothing like that. And that you got this weird robot thing, right? And then sitting amidst that is all of these weird looking items. A lot of them are made out of that white plasteel. So there's one that, let's see, how many are there here? We got one. Yeah. So there's one thing that looks like a made out of white plastic, like a 3-foot long cylinder. Okay. And there is a flat panel that is along that cylinder that is glowing with glyphs. All right. It's like glowing, and it's like a yellow color. It's just sort of bloop, bloop, bloop. There are 4 devices that are also they're about like disc shaped, about 1 inch in diameter, and they're orange colored. Okay, and they are also sort of glowing that orange color. 4 of them, obviously of the strange alien technology that you've been seeing, same sort of thing. So I'm just looking at one at a time. Just forgive me as I go through this. There is a 1-foot square device, what appears to be made out of black plasteel, but you can't tell what it is. It's just like a 1-foot like cube, right?
Yep.
That is lying there. There is a pair, or is it, how many are there? Yeah, a pair of what appear to be metal bracelets of some sort. Those are on the ground. There is, yeah, okay, so you see that there are
We put little X's on the map where what part of the cavern those are in.
so scattered amidst the long, tall, 8-foot skeletons, you see that there are 6 what appear to be 6-inch long and about 2 inches wide. They're cards of some sort, like plastic cards, and they have glyphs on them. And there are 2 of them are rust colored, although they're not rusted, but they're like rust colored. And then 1 each has the colors of copper, bronze, pale green, and platinum. And they all look like these sort of a little bit larger than credit card sized things. Goran, when you're looking over it, you're looking at the sizes of those things. It looks
just like the sphincter.
Yes.
All right.
And the last, there's 2 last things, which I think are going to draw your attention more than anything else. One is a small firearm device, and the other is a quite large looking firearm device. Both lying down there. Once again, you've never seen firearms, so you don't really know. But I'm letting you guys know.
It's a plasma rifle in the 40 terawatt range.
Hey, buddy, only what you see.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, guys, what do you think of this idea?
It's great. Let's do it.
What if we use the potion that we think is gaseous form
I had the same thought. Oh no.
and have that lead like robot of death away while everyone else ran down and grabs whatever shit they can get their hands on?
I don't think it'll work. It's 50 feet down, like down to where there's a pile of bones and a robot basically sitting amongst all that stuff.
And
Is
he's
it straight
tethered.
down?
He's tethered like a balloon. He
Like
can't leave.
that. He can't get up out of the way. There's nowhere to go. Well, actually, since you're in there, are there any other exits out of this room?
That's what I was going to say, too.
Yeah. So actually, that's a good point.
Tunnels, fragments of spaceship.
Yeah. So it's littered with chunks of rock that are also intermixed with brightly colored pieces of plasteel in general, right? Like, so picking apart just what it is, obviously scraps, that's what you see that is like valuable or strange or whole, some sort, plus the skeletons, plus the robot, plus the mushrooms. However, in addition to that, looking directly as you're kind of scanning the whole perimeter of the crevice, okay, directly to your left, about 10 feet, right? So like 10 feet to the east,
Yep.
there is some sort of natural passageway that leads generally northeast out of there. You just see it as like a dark hole, like maybe it ends like 5 feet in, right? Because you can't get a beat on it, but there is some sort of, that's correct, yeah.
Okay.
There's definitely like an indentation right there that leads off in the darkness.
Okay. So when I'm looking at this thing, it's not a gradual slope down to the mushrooms. It's a pit.
Nope.
Right?
Nope. It actually is a gradual slope.
Okay.
Like if you put your feet over and just sort of drop down, you would kind of like slide down on like a scree thing, right?
But could you get back up?
It would be
with
a
rope.
Yeah, if you had some sort of thought behind it, you could probably get up. And don't
With a
forget too
rope.
that a lot of the rock here has actually been fused together into almost like a glass-like substance,
Right.
as if some under enormous amount of heat or pressure.
Right. Yeah, I don't know really, like, once you're gaseous, you probably can't pick up anything down there.
No, I don't think you can.
Not only
But what if
that,
the other person with the fly spell ran down there and got the plasma rifle and the pistol? And then
Or
we
the
could fight.
platinum card, maybe with the platinum card, the robot wouldn't eat you or something like
Right. Or we could unlock the room to the north, which has tanks
that. Right.
or full
So
on
here-
like battle armor.
Just to throw this into the mix, it occurred to
Okay.
me that, like Janaka and Trivlock and stuff, it says they're prisoners. They may not be criminals. They could be political prisoners or, you know, like get rid of Trivlock. He's a troublemaker. Send him off into space in suspended animation because I never want to see his stupid face again, kind of thing. Or
well, I mean, there's an easy way to find out if they're there for just like, you know, random mass murder or, you know, dissent.
let him out.
Let him out and see if he kills us.
If he kills us, yeah. I don't like your methodology.
I
Effective.
still think that there's something to be said here with gaseous form person leading death robot down the tunnel to the east while somebody else goes down and grabs whatever they can.
Can that death robot fly up high enough to go to that exit that Mike just spotted?
It's down on
Probably.
the ground. It's at ground level.
It's on the ground.
Yeah, ground level.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, here's another thing. I mean, I don't know this. Who knows? Who knows if you're in misty form, if you can take damage at all? Maybe you can take a little bit. Like maybe you can still get hurt, and then we've got nothing. A dead misty person,
Hey, man.
So
and no way to get out.
Gorand, as you're kind of sussing things out, you actually, in order to discuss all this, you would have had to pull back or draw them.
Sure.
With you. I assume you pull back because you don't want to make sound, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So as you're discussing it, Mort, you unfortunately
No longer can read.
the words, yes, all form back into those strange glyphs.
All right. Man, I don't know, guys. I really kind of feel like we should get out of here.
Well, let me just say this, okay? So the only other thing that is available to us at this point, there are no other entrances back in that Hall of Heroes, right?
We could go
So
do the
what?
we could go do the Numa, breathe the orange gas.
You've done nothing but collect treasure from that room. You've done nothing in that room.
Yeah, there's a lot left to do in there. Like we have to figure out. I'm convinced like it's a test, it's a puzzle. Yeah, maybe you get smashed, but maybe you get awesome rewards.
And it's firmly rooted in fantasy. That's a good thing too.
I think that we need, for some of those tests, I think we need information from different parts of. That's my
different parts of the temple complex.
Yeah, like we learn different things, like we get little pieces of information that fill in the puzzle, right? But I think we're here too soon.
Yeah,
I think if we start doing those, maybe we'll get a couple of guesses right, but then you get one wrong and the statues can kill you.
Hey man, if I guessed, like, hey, your constitution goes up by 5 points. Great, I'm done. I don't need to do any more tests. That would be awesome.
I'm good.
It would be nice to have a strength modifier.
Because, and there's the other thing. Right now, we have the keys in our hands of getting out of here. We can use the gaseous form to get through the little cracks in the room.
We can levitate across the chasm.
We have 2 holy symbols now, which is what we would need because we wouldn't have had a way otherwise to be able to get everybody out once we, just logistics with the symbols.
Yeah.
Somebody to go out with one and then other people with one to go by.
Yep.
Wait, so now you want to go, now that you're unconscious, you want to go try and do the chasm?
Absolutely. There's nothing inconsistent about this at all.
Logic.
Because we looked up, this was up, this was the closest way out, and you know what? It's a dead end. We can't get up, but now we got a way back. Yeah, we got a way to go back. Right. Easy peasy. And plus, I get the backpack Yoda ride.
Well, so actually, there's another thing. Right now, we're down Av and we're down an Axamander, which means we're down 2 small sacks of coins for carrying.
Well, an Axamander wasn't carrying that much anyway.
He wasn't. I don't think he had any
small sack, didn't he, John?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a half.
We can literally take the time and ditch the 400 copper that he would have been carrying.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, don't forget, plus if somebody has to carry Avaricious, they're not carrying a heavy sack. So
no, we definitely need to wait for Avaricious to hopefully regain 1 hit point and be able to walk.
That's a full night's sleep, my dude.
Yeah, we could.
What choice do we have? We can't carry you anymore. We could throw you in one of the cryopods.
No thanks.
I don't think it'll work.
Yost is willing to carry Avaricious, but then he will not be able to carry his sack. No, he was carrying he was only carrying a small sack too because he needed to wield his blade. But
we could go down the stairs out of the Hall of Heroes down to that hallway. Down 1 level where there was just an empty hallway with the secret door that we closed, and we could just camp out there for a while and try and get out.
It's got to be late afternoon by this time anyway, right?
It's got to be
it's almost exactly 4 right now.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
So
I think we could probably do that.
I'm fine to camp. I think that's probably the best idea is to get a good night's sleep and then try again.
Like sleep on the stairs and in that little room, that little antechamber room with the pictures.
Well, down the stairs.
Yeah.
Because it's 75 feet down. We just go down that stairwell and you're in a corridor at the end of which is the Thaw statue blocking the hallway. And halfway along or so was the secret door with the tunnel, which is closed now. We just stay there. It's pretty safe, I think.
If we set a guard, think about it this way. If somehow the baboons find the secret thing, right, and they're able to find the hall, they've never found it so far as we can tell. But if they somehow do, right, and they come down this hall, those statues are going to come alive and beat them.
That might actually be the best case scenario for us.
Hey,
the statues could destroy Tresco and some of those other fuck faces, then that would be great.
Well, somebody be able to sneak by, but if we have somebody who's on watch who can rouse us, then we could,
Well, they have to find 2 secret doors, and 1 secret door they have to find while the statues are beating them up. So,
one of those statues is our door right now.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the door is open. So if the statue moves forward,
No, David went up and pushed the buttons on the eyes to
It
open
didn't
that
close.
door.
Yeah,
right?
but
it
it's
never
still
closed.
It
open.
never closed.
It's just the statue blocking the entrance.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That's
we
why we
could-
can use the gas to get out.
We could flee out that other tunnel if we really had to as well. So I think that's a good spot to camp. We try and
Okay,
get
I think so,
Avaricious
too.
awake.
All right, so you're gonna get back out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I
is it
think
the plan?
we
You're going back in?
leave the octagon room.
Okay, so
Should we leave the power on or off?
Let's turn it off.
Light up our torch and turn it off?
Actually, yeah, that's an interesting question. The robot, when we first saw the robot, John, it was like we walked up to the lip and we're like, "Huh, what's that?" And the robot heard us and saw us and started moving.
Mhm.
And when Gorand just climbed up to the edge there, now the power's on. The
Mhm.
robot was still lit up or doing its usual robot thing.
it was, but it didn't seem to sense Goran.
Okay, it wasn't like having the power off turns the robot security mode on or
Oh,
something.
you can check it easy. Make a little like sock puppet, Gorand,
Right.
and stick it up above.
He's
I
a-
like
your
my
hand on the
hands.
stick.
Yeah, I like my hands.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's leave the octagon. We'll go back into the Hall of Heroes.
Okay,
Let's turn the power off because you don't know what else.
Right.
Whether
Turn-
it's draining, it
turn
could
the
be
power off,
draining
okay.
something. Yeah.
What containers of treasure are you leaving here?
well, I think we just shuttle them back and forth. We don't have to leave anything. We'll just, take turns hauling bags.
hmm
All the way
To
down
bring-
the 75-foot staircase.
Yeah, we'll just have to, fireman's
Over again.
carrier, or what do they call it with the bucket chain?
Okay.
Well, it's just kind of bucket chain.
It won't matter
So-
right now because I see what your endpoint is, and there won't be any danger, but it does take time. And carrying with Yost
Yeah.
carrying Avaricios, that drops Yost immediately down to 60, which drops the entire party down to 60. Okay, just be aware that should you continue to carry Avaricios, and then you
Right.
continue to dungeon crawl, that will be the rate at which you're going.
Yeah, and
We
John,
gotta-
I can
we gotta
also
stay-
I can also sheath my weapon, and then I can carry a sack too. So I could actually just carry an Examander sack or Avaricio's sack.
Yeah, I had a small sack
Right.
and he had a small.
Yeah, at the point. So okay, we'll figure out that stuff when we pick it up from whenever you rest, assuming that you get through the night.
Okay.
So, okay. So you make your way past the Hall of Shrines, right?
Mhm.
Leaving that very strange, these two very strange rooms behind you. As you
Boy,
descend
howdy.
down the wide staircase. Now let me bring up the old map
Oh,
for that
good.
level.
Is there a way that we can kind of like camouflage or disguise that that little hole leading to this any loose rubble that we can kind of pile over, just so that
Uh,
that little crawl room isn't immediately obvious?
Which one?
So
The
that,
one to the octagon.
that little crawl space was like in one corner,
Oh,
like a collapsed corner. Can we like disguise it with some little rocks or something?
There's not a lot of like
Not a lot around.
loose debris, unfortunately. There's a ton down in the
Okay.
pit,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Orin, could you just go down there and get some rocks?
and there's lots
I'm
of
good.
strange objects in those shrines. Should you wish to pick them up, and
Oh, that
Damn.
would be- that would- those would work great.
I do want to go back in there, but I
Thank you
think
for the suggestion, John.
always willing to help.
actually, there wasn't a big mirror in one of those, was there?
A mirror? No mirror.
Rats, because those are good
And you
for.
could reflect laser beams.
Yeah.
But congratulations, though, you're on the level once again where there are shitloads of mirrors. So if you want one, feel free to
Oh
step
yeah,
back
oh
in.
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay,
Where were all the mirrors? Yeah.
I remember all the concave. Yeah, they're all over the place.
you forgot the
We need an
mirrors.
invisible
Come on,
thief.
that's the whole
So we get a
theme.
mirror.
That's the whole theme of the level, man.
We never got to use them.
I know.
Look, he's gotten away.
You got open ends, but
Stupid
if you
monkeys.
haven't been writing down like the open ends, please do, because you're like this one. You've got the leads, right, to continue on. Anyways, so you make your way down the steps, and yes, you do find yourself in a stretch of flat corridor that is 20 feet until it reaches the
Right.
open secret door, which is blocked off by the back of that statue of Thoth.
Right.
Right. So you do see that there are perpetually burning torches that are beyond that statue, right? So the statue itself is like black because it's framed by the light of these torches beyond. And Yeah, you know about the secret. You know about the secret door to the west that leads to that tunnel, and the hallway and staircase here are painted with vibrant images of human heroes smiting enemies of Thoth. So you see out there here that there was like magic users, warriors, veiled figures, and these giant frogs, right? So
And no matches with any of the weird aliens we saw upstairs.
no. However, the depiction of these human heroes does ring a bell with one of those shrines you saw, where there was certain similar depictions of people being I think judging, right? And then
Yeah,
also,
they-
the statues
Southwest
themselves
Front.
were like adventurous sites,
Yeah.
types, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So there's counting Sleepy Avaricious. There's 8 of us now, right?
There is
Sadly, yes.
yes with Avaricios, yeah. There's
Yeah.
8 of you now. I'm not going to do the distance traveled and the amount of time it would take to shuttle all the gold, all the coins back and forth, and get
Right.
yourself set up. So what I'm going to say is that you're definitely going to burn through that lantern. And that was what did I say? 12 turns left on that lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really care if that's close or not. I'm gonna say it takes 12 turns, and so your lantern runs out by the time you carefully make your way back, get yourself set up, and are ready to bed down. And you have all of your gold. You have Avaricios set up and snug, right? And you're like
Right.
ready to go and actually try to sleep in the dungeon. This will be your second night in a row in a dungeon. First night you were in prison, so
Right.
That was nice.
much better scenario, but not much.
So we're going to need to eat, right?
Yep.
You got stuff.
Mort's got 6 total rations.
I have 6 total rations as well.
Yeah, Avarisos has 3.
And
So
your
that's-
NPCs would very much like to eat as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
If we each whack off,
That's not appropriate.
If what?
ghosts, then
I'm not eating that cookie.
I meant cross off.
Oh, okay. That's very, very different.
Yeah.
Well, we have 15 rations and 8 people, right? So that means we now have 7 rations total, right?
Well,
Yep.
I don't even think I can. I'm unconscious. I can't eat. Just 7.
well,
you
you'll
know, like crush it up and mush it in. I can have some in the
you'll
morning.
probably wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You don't have to. You don't have to spend one on Avaricios.
Oh, okay. So
Screw that,
then we
screw
have
that guy.
Yeah.
we'll go through his backpack and take all his food.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
3 crossed off.
Sorry,
And,
Avaricios.
No, that makes me faster.
And then if
Hey,
you
it
and
means we can carry more treasure.
That's right.
if Mike and I each knock off 2,
Okay, so
Then-
mark that stuff off your inventory. And
Yep.
that should free up some slots.
My
Maybe.
rations are gone. I have
Right.
empty
Okay.
slots.
Okay. And
I also have an oil flask that we can refill the lantern.
well, let's not light the lantern just yet
Now-
because you say there was torchlight out in the guardian room.
Mhm.
So does any of that little bit trickle in? We can kind of see.
There were like little
Yeah.
seams along the edge, right?
yeah. It's not. It's,
We don't
if you huddle near the entrance, you'll be fine.
we don't really need light while we're sleeping. So Mike,
All right. So I have 7 days of rations. I just want to be sure of that. And that takes up 3 slots on my sheet.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
Okay. So if I have spent 3
2.
days worth of rations, 2 days worth of rations,
you do too. Yeah,
that gives how many slots does that eliminate? Like
you'll get
how
a
ma-
slot.
Okay. Got it.
So in this uncomfortable environment, but where you feel relatively safe, you know that 75 feet up are nightmares and mysteries, the likes of which you have yet to have ever seen. But you know that you feel pretty confident that you're pretty safe. And so,
Yep.
assuming you set watches, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You make Avaricios comfortable. You
Yep.
chew on some
Uh-huh.
cold food, and you bed down for the night. So you're pretty exhausted. There is like a little bit of discussion amongst the NPCs where they sort of share that they thank you for, still looking out for them and for attempting to get them out of here. And they all kind of reminisce the fact that they can't believe that they're still alive and that there's still hope. And they
Yeah,
kind
man.
of further detail out sort of like the routes that kind of led them to where they are and all that sort of stuff. So you kind of have a nice little chat before you all bed down. So
I think we get especially detailed with Yost to try to get like all of the things that he can remember. He told us kind of quickly before.
Yes. So speaking of that, he did tell you. Oh yeah, he gave you the whole thing. Yeah. So yeah, I have that all here. So if you if you want that told again, I can let you know. Or if at any point you need to reference it, just let me know.
Yeah, not today.
Yost is happy to tell you.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Yost.
We review that in detail as a little nighttime story.
Right. Okay. So by 8 o'clock at night, you end up. Sorry, you first watch starts over and people start to sleep, and you make it through the night, and nothing disturbs your rest.
Oh, good.
However.
No. However,
I could have sworn you were about to be like.
It was actually
however.
that was actually a really good plan. That's a good spot, right? It does not count as a safe haven, to be clear, but you are. But it was a very good defensible spot here. So you wake up and you heard nothing throughout the night. None of your watches weren't disturbed at all by any sound. It was actually that was actually almost eerie in itself, right? There was nothing coming through these corridors.
Yeah, nobody knows about it down here still.
I'll take that kind of eerie. That's a good kind of eerie.
Yep.
So
the only point where there was a worry was up the spiral stairs, the way that that Yost himself came, but nothing comes up those stairs. So in the morning, Avaricios, you have gained a hit point and you regain consciousness.
Okay.
Oh, but I feel really bad still. My head is still kind of.
And of course, everyone regains 1 hit point. I'm just going to mark that for our NPCs.
That's excellent. I love getting a hit point back.
So Sam, you're also at 4. Well, now I'll take Sam back.
You got Sam back.
I got Sam back.
Thank you for your service, Sam. You were great.
So, in all seriousness, now we have a decision. We either do our gaseous plan and we follow Yost's path back and do the chasm thing, or we go up and we engage with the Hall of Heroes. Which,
or you could go back into the Well of Light.
Or we could go back to the Well of Light, but I think we will get caught.
Guys, let's get out.
I'm ready to go. We tried going up.
In that case, what we need to do then, John, is whatever amount of coinage an Axamander was carrying, we have to pick out that much copper.
We don't, though. We could have done that last night.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to
but
have to happen now.
We all just ate like one slot of our inventory. And an Axamander,
that.
I don't know about that.
Okay, look.
Well, it's more than once. So
a large sack can carry like 1,200 coins.
He's carrying a small sack, and it all depends on what his strength
600
was.
coins.
Well, it depends on what his strength was, because that's
true.
Which wasn't a lot. Okay, I can't remember exactly how much. I'm not going to look it up right now, but I'll make a note to subtract the copper's worth of that value, and that you had all the time that last night to shift your gold around all that. Speaking of which, since you had the time and you were camping, if you want to take the time to make like it not mixed, like if you want like all the copper in one sack, all the platinum in one sack, you know what I mean? You could do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what I think would be wise to do while we have this time is whatever that 10% amount is, put that in one. Maybe so if we need to like drop a bag for the halflings and just get the hell out, it's set aside and done.
That's all like bookkeeping stuff, and that's like a really good idea. But that's the kind of stuff that we can work out on the Discord afterwards. But just keep that in mind that you had the time to resort your treasure.
Right.
Okay, we can figure that out.
In addition to which, if we've got then a spare sack, we could just leave the copper right here, and if we're ever back this way, it'll be easy to get.
Right.
So.
Okay.
All right. So
for now, we're going to say a small sack's worth of copper is being left here.
Right. So all in favor, we're leaving. We're trying to leave. We're going to go down the stairs.
Yeah.
We are leaving.
Okay.
I just want to say that I've been advocating this for 3 sessions now. This is like
look at all the cool shit you saw, though.
Yeah, we saw cool stuff,
but we didn't get any of it. I want that fucking laser rifle that's
so
up
much
there.
Good stuff. Now you got a lot of juicy stuff about the corpses in those rooms. But you didn't step in any of the blue granite circles.
I have a nice cool shield. But I am coming back here with an army of dwarves. I am.
Okay. So
Who's got the green mist potion? Is it Avaricious, isn't it? Yeah.
I think I do. Yeah, I do.
I've got the blue potion. You want to swap so you can fly with your one hand? And I'll do the gaseous thing to get us out of here?
Yeah, so we have to. We've got to manage this, right? Make sure you take this one of the 2 holy symbols. We have
Okay,
2.
I'll take a holy symbol.
You take one. We'll
got to
keep the
tie a
other
string
one.
to it.
Well, we have 2, right? So
Still
you
got-
hold one, and we'll tie a string to the other one,
Okay.
right?
All right, so Mort will drink the gaseous potion
Okay.
and have an Ankh.
I'm going to mark that off my stuff.
Do that first, Ankh first, then potion.
All right. Now, when Mort drinks the potion, okay,
Uh-oh.
See you, Mort.
his body
Mort-
becomes
Mort-
a cloud of slightly green vapor. All of his equipment and clothing drops to the floor.
Oh, no!
Fuck.
in a soft pile.
Okay, I take the Ankh with the twine on it, and I'm gonna poke it through that little hole, so it falls down on the other side. But when he goes through, he'll be able to pick it up.
Except I'm gas now.
But it's not gonna last forever.
But then I'll be in the room. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You can pick it up. You'll be
As soon as
in the
I
room.
materialize, I pick it up before the thing can stop me.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
And
thanks a lot.
Then it moves out. Then it moves out of the way, and we can go one at a time again. Got this.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting everything would fall off.
That's really sad.
We'll
Not,
make it-
not as sad
we'll
as
make it
us.
goblin?
Like when you rematerialize, we're all going to have to see your schwanz.
You get going at 8 a.m., by the way. It's now 8 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m.
On the 9th. All right.
Mail of letters, belt pouch, 2 buttons.
Sorry, this is important. When you wake up in the morning, in addition.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
However,
actually, this only affects Onweir, but since Onweir is technically with you, Onweir's increased strength goes away.
oh, does that mean my wisdom comes back?
No, your penalty is still there, and Avaricious, when you wake up, your Ibis is still following you around.
Oh, Ibby, I missed you. Yours was the last face that I saw flash through before my eyes.
Dang it,
As
man.
the darkness fell.
Okay,
The
sorry.
creepy eyeless
Right,
face.
so
Almost
I'm
forgot.
gonna materialize. I turn green. I float through the crack. I don't know how long I'm gonna float around, but
Stay close to the symbol.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I guess I'll just stay close to
The statues
statue,
don't notice you. Yeah.
right? And so Av pushed the Ankh that's lying right there. I'm right next to it, floating, trying to not blow away.
And what's the plan?
And then
You're just waiting to
gonna-
reform.
How high is the ceiling?
That's a good question. What? Why?
Well, maybe I'll float up. Maybe I'll go up and look around on the ceiling.
We'll tap dance on the ceiling.
Is
You're
this
gonna
room
fall,
also
my
have
dude.
little stars on the ceiling, or
So this is the one that had the cerulean blue ceiling studded with gold stars.
yeah, I'll float up there and get a good look if I have eyes.
Nothing particularly, except for the painting itself is quite beautiful. What stands out, of course, is that the eyes of the ibis-headed men statues are bright, sparkling sapphires.
And
you can get up real close and see those.
Not to pry those out, but can my misty fingers get behind it and feel around inside the brain of the statue or anything like that?
No,
A little intrusive.
I mean, you can get in the seams. Yeah, I mean you're a gas, right? You know, yeah.
It's gonna wear off while you're in there.
I know.
That
I don't know how long it lasts. I'll float back down. I think.
Back down. Okay.
I'll float around the room a little bit if there's in that area of the Ankh and look.
Okay,
for
so
cracks.
you're just waiting it out, right?
I don't know. I don't want to get trapped without the Ankh.
I got it. So you're hanging out right by the Ankh.
Yeah.
And you're gonna wait. Okay. So
As soon as I
so
I pick it up.
Yeah, I got it. So you guys wait a long time as you're just kind of watching.
Such a waste.
Good spell.
So after 9 turns,
Jeez Louise. An hour and a half I got to sit around like this?
Yeah. I mean, you're a gas. You're having a great time because you've been nothing but like it. Everyone else is extremely bored behind you, just watching.
Playing rock, paper, scissors.
They're interested because they've never seen anything like this. But
All we have is rock and
Before that happens, what are the two yellow circles on our map?
the torches.
torches, yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yes. So after an hour and a half, so at 9:30 in the morning, Mort, you pop back into existence and you are butt naked.
Butt naked. I'm gonna
The
pick up
goblin's
the
goblin.
Goblin's nobbling.
right.
Shiny.
I'll pick up the Ankh and I'm gonna do a little dance.
Right.
You know.
Okay, so like there's a moment, there's like a brief second where the statues both sort of like, and then you pick it up and they go, right. And oh, actually, you know what? You pick it up.
Forward.
Yeah, they would
They
step
step
forward.
in
I'm
the
sorry.
middle,
Yeah, I
right?
forgot. Yeah, so they step forward and then they immediately just step to the side, to form that.
All right.
passageway.
So I'll stand there until some other people with an Ankh come out, so that we don't get trapped. And then I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna hide the Noblin.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. But I am going to do a little dance, slap my own butt, and waggle it around and just generally scandalize everybody.
Oh,
Okay,
from
cool.
the-
So you're doing basically the same trick that you did the last time, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to get everybody out, but you're going east now to the spiral staircase.
maybe
Correct.
the
Yeah.
last person you want to poke the see if you
Yes.
can poke the eyes to close that door.
That's what I was going to suggest as well.
That's fine. So you do that. I'm going to say that it takes another 2 turns, I think, is sufficient.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we don't need any torchlight just this second because of the ever burning ones
Correct.
Right.
in the room.
Yes.
Do those
and-
come off the wall?
Yeah, should
Yeah, can we
steal,
take those off the wall?
or just steal one?
Even just one of them?
Yeah, the one right there. We could just yoink.
So yeah, when you
After-
attempt to take it out, it seems like it's just sort of set in a sconce, but when you try to move it, it doesn't allow you to take it.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry. Now
Okay.
there's enough torchlight there that it does extend into the room with the staircase. But you will need one once you go down.
Yep.
And remember
Going
that the
down.
staircase does not go up; it only goes down.
Right. Okay. So are we doing a torches or lantern at this point?
I only have torches. If
I
we
have-
have
I-
another,
I have one flask of oil we can use to refill the.
And I have 3 torches as well. So should we just
Why don't
start with the lantern?
Start with
start
the
with the
lantern.
lantern. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I'll mark off my oil flask.
who's carrying the lantern?
Let's see. Not Sam, because she's got a rancer with 2 hands. Not Yost, because he's got a 2-handed sword.
Now, each of those guys can they can. Well, okay, yeah, because they're also
Is
carrying
she-
treasure. Yeah.
Anybody? And Mort's got a 2-handed sack, right? So,
Right. I will put my hand axe in my belt and hold a torch, and then I've got my
Okay.
shield in my other hand.
Or hold the lantern.
Oh yes, lantern. Right.
Okay. So Goran has the lantern
Yes.
Gorn has
And
a
a-
lantern. Okay.
and a small sack. Is that right?
All my treasure is in my backpack because I had
Okay.
4 slots available now that the food is gone.
Well, you've got a
Um,
shield in the other hand.
And to
That's
be
what
clear,
it is.
Tresty is carrying a large sack because she can't cast
Yeah.
spells.
Right.
Your 2 warriors, though, Yost and Sam, are they're wielding 2-handed weapons.
Right.
And Njal as well. I keep forgetting about Njal. So
Yeah.
Njal wants to hold both of his battle axe in both hands.
Right.
So he's only using his backpack. However, Yost and Sam have 2-handed weapons, but they're just shouldering them, and they have a sack on the
Got
other
it.
shoulder.
Right.
Small sack. Okay.
So
But-
we get into combat, that treasure is getting dropped.
Correct.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
But Goran has a shield.
The
Right.
shield and the lantern.
Yeah.
So maybe we pack that platinum in my backpack, right?
We have. Yeah, we're gonna sort it.
Yeah.
Sure.
We
Fine.
can sort that out on Discord. But
Sam
yeah.
also has a shield, but she's got it strapped to her back. Njal is actually carrying it. Has a shield strapped to his back as well.
Okay.
So they're both not using it. Okay, so now the staircase, right, is
Right.
it's a granite staircase, and it is circular, so it's a spiral. It goes down, down, down. Now there are numerous cobwebs and the strings of cobwebs. Yost sort of remembers this as well, and let's see. So it goes down. Now you circle down this spiral staircase for about what is that? That would be about 65 feet or so. You're still going down, and halfway down, you actually see something that is sort of like some sort of container that's sort of spread out on one of the steps, like before you at the edge of your lantern light.
Container that's spread out across the
You
step.
just see something like it's just normal stairs with cobwebs, right? But then you see some sort of bulky object like in the middle of the stairs,
Does it
Like
look
a
like a
backpack
chest?
30 feet down. Yeah,
like a backpack or
Maybe.
a sack.
yeah, it looks like that. Yeah,
Who's in front? Actually, this is a narrow staircase, right?
yeah, it would be Gorn.
Right.
Oh, because he's
Got
got
the
the
light.
light.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, Gorn, it's your call.
All right, man. I'm gonna keep moving down, but very quietly
Mhm.
until I'm maybe about 15 feet away from it.
Did
Okay.
you throw
And
something
see
at
if I
it?
can.
Yeah, so you see that it is it appears to be like an abandoned backpack.
All right.
Is it
Have
near
Sam
you?
come up with the ranseur and give it a little poke.
Give it a poke.
Okay,
I got a 10-foot pole.
so you
You want me to do it?
Sure, Mort will do it.
Yeah, I'm right behind him. I'll poke it with my pole.
okay.
I'll stay way in the back.
I gotta put my sack down to do that.
It hits
but-
it hits something hard in there, and you can also hear a couple of coins jingling as well.
Okay.
All right. Shall I?
Yeah, let's check it out.
I'll go up and open the pack flap with the pole if I can, and poke around in there.
Okay, so when you do so, Yost kind of appear. He's like, "Oh my goodness, I think this is one of the packs of one of my companions. I think Dalton himself may have been carrying this. I wonder why he
Ooh.
abandoned it."
Oh,
Okay. So
I-
I'll. Sorry, go ahead, Av.
I was just gonna look up above. Is there anything above that like
Nope.
maybe had come down? Okay.
No, it's
Brain
like where you came down.
Any gore or splash marks or anything like that?
What?
No.
Okay.
All right, Mort will go up and
Oh, through it. Okay, so inside
Prop it up.
you see that there are 10 iron spikes. I can't remember how much takes up a bundle. There are 3 torches,
ooh,
2 flasks of oil.
sweet.
Yes.
That's the good shit. And there is a small leather pouch, and that pouch is like made out of like a fawn's skin, like a deer fawn, right? Like very light
Yeah.
colored, almost the same color as Goran's delightful boots.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now that I've been wearing those for a while, John, do they give you any kind of insight into what they do?
No, nothing has changed since you put those on.
So I'll open the pouch and look in.
Okay, inside you see that there are some coins.
Sweet.
There are 26, strangely enough, of 3 different types of coins. 26 of each. And there are 26 silver, 26 electrum, and 26 gold.
Oh, this is one of those ever full purses or something. Oh,
So, and this is a belt pouch, right? So you could strap this on as an equipped item if you have the slot. Like that's what I
Yeah.
did with the
Yeah,
Onyx.
basically, yeah.
Yep.
You could throw the whole pouch into your backpack too, of course.
right.
I should be clear, Mort, that you didn't empty the whole thing out. You just sort of looked in there and you were able to assess that's what was in it.
Well, I'll go ahead and empty it out
Okay,
and make sure is that everything?
that is everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So I've got currently 1 slot available in my backpack without dropping to a lower encumbrance rate. But what are we all moving at right now? Are we all at 120 or are we at 90?
I'm at 120.
I'm at 90.
It should be 90. Yeah.
Okay. So I can go ahead and take everything out of the pack and put it in my pack and I can put the belt pouch on my belt and we can keep moving without changing our encumbrance rate.
Okay.
Warren, can you give me two? If you give me two things, I have 2 slots now. I can. Can you get back up to 90? If you give me
Me?
2
It would
things,
be 90. I'd be in 90. I'm at 120 right
I
now.
thought. Oh, you're at 120. I thought.
I'm
you
at
were-
120. No, I'm at 120 as well.
Oh, so
But-
can you get to 90 again? If you give me. Oh
No.
no! You don't want to get to 90. That's right. I'm at 90. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm at 120.
You're the slow one.
I'm the slow one.
You're the slow one. You're the guy that we outrun.
Um,
I'm worth
So-
it.
but yeah, I'll take the oil and the spikes. 10. Is that one slot for 10 spikes, John?
I can't remember exactly. But we'll
Now,
see
that seems
for now.
weird that tinderbox is 1 slot and 10 iron spikes is 1 slot. That seems
You tie them up
seems not
together.
right.
I don't think it's 10, but I think it might be like 3 or something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah.
There are 12 in a bundle.
So that's one-
12 iron spikes cost 1.
That's one slot. They don't have to be big spikes to be effective. And then I'll go ahead and take the torches as well.
Okay.
I feel a lot better now with more torches and more oil.
Continuing on down the stairs, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anybody who of the NPCs who does not have a backpack?
No, I think they all have backpacks. Yes.
Okay, then we just leave it.
A question about the staircase, John. Is it the kind of staircase where there's like a well in the middle of it that you can see all the way down?
Yes.
Or is it just kind of like,
Well,
Oh.
no, I'm sorry. It's a circular one, so there would be like a pillar right down the middle, right?
got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
look where we are.
There we go.
Oh, I can taste it.
you remember this map, don't we? Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen this. All right,
Ah.
so
All
of
right.
course we don't know exactly where we're going to appear on this level, do
No,
we?
exactly. So this is the good thing about Owlbear 2.0 is that we're going to
Yes.
have you just map. I'm going to pick a random spot for you to just sort of go because even I can't assess that, right? Right.
And
And,
then
then what you can do is
drag
you
it
can select
right
all that
there.
and you could just drag it and connect it, which would be
Yep.
nice. Okay.
So I should probably start what in the lower right-hand corner?
Nope.
Really?
Way off.
Oh.
You're way off. I need you to start up in the actually I'll kind of give you a general. Let's get you
It's got to be up in the upper right hand somewhere.
God, your mapping skills have gotten so much better since we were on this map last.
The
Okay.
tool changed. I
do you
started
see, you see the point out where I'm circling?
Yeah. So
Around there. Okay.
Yeah, the stairs come out what
Okay.
another 10
So now
by 20
they come out
room?
and they empty out onto a flat 20-foot by 20-foot chamber, and they're right in the middle of them. Okay. There is a
Wait, something's weird here. Oh,
a 20-foot by 20-foot chamber.
what in
And-
the heck?
What's the matter?
Oh, Owlbear's just is acting squirrely on me, but I
Alright.
fixed it.
I'm moving on. All right. So 20-foot by 20-foot chamber. There is a passageway that leads directly south from the southwestern end of the room for 20 feet before it hits a door. A good old fashioned plain wooden door with iron banding, and you can never be so happy to see such a normal thing in your life.
Something like that.
You got it.
That's so
Okay.
beautiful. Okay.
Okay. And in the center here is the staircase of this 20 by 20 room.
Correct.
I would like to listen at the door.
I would say, let's see, also as well. So 65. So, okay. So I should say, the entire height of the entire staircase climb was 125 feet. All right.
All right.
So I'm going to say a turn went by, let's see, 120. So I'm going to say a turn went by getting to the backpack. A turn went by discussing the backpack's contents, and another turn went by getting down to here.
Okay.
Okay. It is now 10:30 in the morning.
It's a fine time to be.
The only light is your own light now.
Okay.
Do you move through the door?
I listen at the door.
You'll take a turn.
I listen at the door.
Okay. You do not hear anything.
I will try the door.
It opens into a corridor that heads directly west beyond the edge of your lantern light. Okay. Directly
Does not go east.
it directly to your left, which is to the east, there is another door. Directly there. Now there is a you can feel that there is, you immediately sense that there is some sort of heat coming from beyond that eastern door, and you can see that there is flickering light coming from the base of the door. Okay. Now,
Okay.
there is a pass. Now, there directly in front of you, there is also a corridor that continues to the south that also goes beyond the edge of your torchlight.
Oh,
Your lantern light. I'm sorry.
corridor goes south.
Yes.
Okay, hold the phone. We'll just fix that. So something like this. Yes.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Now,
Okay.
heading west from where you're standing, after 20 feet, there is a corridor that goes to the north as well.
After 20 feet.
Yeah. At I don't know how to describe that, but
At 20 feet.
at 20 feet. Yeah. Sorry, Ted.
Okay. So, Yost, you've been here before.
Yes. Now, when Yost told you this, this actually does match up with what he said. He said at the very last point of his travels, right? He said they were confronted with two doors, and they opened the northern door. We opened the northern door, and we found a spiral staircase leading up.
Okay.
So you don't know what's behind the hot flickering door.
With no idea. We kind of chose blindly. We just didn't like the heat and decided to go north. And we saw the staircase, and there we went. That was that.
I think
that's all it took.
Probably wise. It seems like it's fire.
Well, Dalton is a wise man.
Yes.
I would follow him anywhere.
Well, better not say that because he might not be.
Well, we came from the west. Came up from a passageway from the south, but not the one in front of us. We never went down there.
So we need to go west and south, not south. Okay.
West and south. If you want to backtrack the way we came.
I think that's the smart money.
Yeah, you are alive, so yes.
Well, there are many chambers around here that we never went into.
That is okay. I'm fine with those remaining a mystery for now.
So, yeah, Mort will say, oh, well, yeah, we often go to empty chambers. What do you think, Onweir? Nothing? Okay, we're not going in.
That's my favorite conversation with Onweir in like 5 episodes.
This is why I missed David. This is why I missed David, because you guys, there's no YOLOing. Okay.
Whatever, dude. We YOLO'd the shit out of the octagon.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I stuck a corpse in a containment unit. I thought that's pretty good.
But not Avaricios.
I almost became a corpse in a containment unit.
Okay.
All right. I want to follow Gorand with his lantern as he goes west.
Yes.
Okay. West you go.
Or do you want me to go first with the 10-foot pole and tapping and poking as we go along?
No. I'll go first. I have 9 whole hit points. I'm feeling frisky.
You go first.
Okay. So, yes, you start heading down. You can see as you look to your right down that passageway that it only goes up for 10 feet before opening up into a larger chamber. And you can see as you kind of peer your lantern in there that there is some interesting stuff in there. There are frescoes on the walls. There appears to be, you can easily see that there is a cloak rack on the eastern wall. There's a writing desk and an oak chest in there. There's right in the middle of the room, there's an urn sitting on top of a stone pedestal. All sorts of weird stuff.
We got to go check that out, guys. Without even asking him, John, I veer up towards the north.
And just to give you a decision, the passageway continues on. Okay, so if you're standing right at that passageway, to the north, okay, after at 20 feet beyond that, hope I said that right, Ted. There is another passageway that leads south. That is what Yost said he came up from. Okay,
like that right there.
Correct. Yes. Now, let me just double check what Yost told you.
Does the corridor continue west?
It does. It continues west. Yes.
Okay.
Now, Yost told you that he's like, yes. So now if you go down there, there's the circular chamber with the fountain where
But people
Heal
heal.
wounds.
I can't.
I want to go
I can't
down
remember
there.
her name, but she drank from it and it was delicious.
Right.
That
You
sounds
guys
really,
hold that
really
thought for
good.
a second. I'll be right back. I gotta go.
Sure,
Right back.
sure.
Okay.
All
Keep
right.
going.
All right,
Yeah, let's
quick. While Ted's gone.
I know.
let's go drink.
Okay. So are you going into the northern room there?
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't. No, oh wait. We drink. We drink first. If anything happens up at 1 hit point, I'm dead. I'm out again.
Fine.
You can heal first and then go look at it.
All right. So you continue on and you head south. Okay.
The pool, the delicious pool.
You want to take over, Matt, for mapping?
Sure.
Okay. So it goes down for 20 feet before
You'll notice, everyone, that they don't ask me to do it. Being computers, man, we're like this close.
No, for real though, Mike. If you want to give it a go, it's actually not that bad.
Oh, no, I'm good. I like to
Um,
sit here and just ride everyone's coattails.
So it goes down for 20 feet, Matt, and before it opens up into a circular chamber that is approximately, it's exactly actually 30 feet diameter. Okay. The corridor continues on from the southern end of that circular chamber. And it also, there is a passageway that leads off from the western side. Okay.
Just doing those first.
Yeah. Now, Yost, he's like, yes, that's it. That's the fountain. And look, that passageway to the west, that is where I came from. I do not know what was in the south. We never went down there. I think there might be a door. I kind of remember a door. Yes, there's a door. I see it now. Now, in the in this room, there it is. Actually, as you approached it, it was brightly lit, and there's a continual light spell kind of hanging in the air.
Yeah.
All right. In the middle, there is a 5-foot diameter, and approximately 3-foot tall basin, right in the middle. In the center of that, there is a crouching baboon made of marble.
You.
Clear liquid is pouring from its mouth. Okay. Into the basin.
Okay. Go drink it.
I'm so thirsty.
Helga drank from it, and she was wounded from the poison spears, and she was healed of her injuries. Look how delicious it is.
Oh yeah, I go and I stick my head in and I start just drinking as much as I can. I stick my stump in, swirl it around.
Okay.
Ew.
Okay.
Everybody, you can drink after. It's
We gotta
okay.
drink after that too, dude.
Everybody,
all right, it's
I
fine.
need you to make me a D20 roll, please.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
It's
Oh,
gonna
you
be
failed the first
fine.
rule of old school play. Never roll dice.
I'm gonna C17.
17.
Really good.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Look at John's face. He's so
My other
happy.
hand. My
Oh,
other
that's
hand
so
falls
good.
off.
Give
My
me a
other hand
sec.
falls
Give me a
off.
John's so happy right
I'm
now.
so psyched. Hold on.
David's not here. Somebody's got to just stick their hand.
You're a centaur.
Hold on. I gotta find it. Where is it? Okay.
I can't even do this.
Where what's going on in the room right now?
Everyone's
Okay.
watching.
There's
Yeah.
you're you drink from the fountain, and it doesn't. It's very pleasant. It tastes like crystal cold water to you, right? So it goes down and it automatically feels like rejuvenating. You do not heal any hit points. However, your vision clarifies to a razor sharp point where everything is in hyper focus, right? And you can see everything very, very clearly.
True seeing.
But nothing. It's just like everything's like just like has like very sharp edges and everything like that, right? Like you have perfect vision.
I'd kill for that.
Well,
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, right.
well, you guys look like shit, but I can see it really well.
Thanks a lot.
It's the fountain of LASIK surgery. Sweet. I'm gonna YOLO this shit because I mean honestly, that's the worst can happen. I'm gonna drink from it too.
Okay, the same effect comes over you.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Or
wonder if
their
it's based on the hour
eyeballs.
of the day or the day of the month or something like that.
How do you feel? Do you feel better?
No, I don't feel
But you
any-
have an ingrown hair right here, like 3 things over from your.
Well, I don't understand. There must be some sort of different effect this time around.
Did you change anything in the room? Did you move the statue or
No, we just drank from it. Helga just drank from it. That was it.
Everybody, you should drink from it now. It's really good for your eyes. It doesn't help you
I
very
will
much.
try. And he scoops up some water, and like then y'all, he's like, "Oh, here, might as well. Can't deny water while it's here. So I'll take
Yeah,
some."
I refill my water.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So everyone
It's
takes some.
definitely-
Okay,
Everyone.
cool. Okay, so passageway to the west and a passageway to the south. This is
Wait,
west
do we
is
want to go up and check out the furniture room? Let's go back up and check out the furniture room.
Matt's objection that he only has 1 hit point and he didn't want to go in there with only 1 hit point. Is that the?
I mean, you guys can go in. I mean,
you can
it's
head
just
back.
more chances for something to come out and eat us.
What do you do?
Does Rost have an opinion as to why he didn't go in that room?
We just didn't. There was so many options. It was just we saw the doors at the end and we decided to check them out.
We've got really good vision now. Maybe we should go in there.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, let's go in and take a look.
All right, fresco room. Yay.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the description of the room, and then we're gonna have to end it for the night. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Am I
it goes.
back to mapping, Matt?
It goes on for 10 feet. It goes.
Yeah, you can do it.
There's a corridor for 10 feet, and then it opens up into a rectangular chamber that is 20 feet east to west and 30 feet north to south. You were coming in directly in the southeastern end of the southern wall.
Okay. So how far was it north to south?
30.
30?
Feet. Yep.
So it should be like that.
You got it. Yep. Now,
Okay.
So the chamber on the let's see here. There are frescoes all along the walls. There is a cloak rack that has 3 cloaks on it on the eastern wall. Okay. There is one fine blue wool cloak, a simple black linen cloak, and a ratty patch cloak of many colors. All right. There is on the western wall, there is a small weapons rack. And there are on that small weapons rack are 6 fine but very wicked looking daggers. Some of them curvy, some of them have gold handles, and some of them are even bejeweled. All right. In the northwestern corner, there is a writing desk. There is a gold apple sitting atop that writing desk. And there is a silver, what appears to be like a letter opener that is lying on top as well. And there are 3 notes, like 3 pieces of parchment on top of that desk. Okay.
Can we go read the parchment?
At the desk's side, there is an oaken chest. And there in the center of the room, there is a stone pedestal. So everything else looks kind of like a chamber to work and stuff like that, but then there's like this weird stone pedestal that right in the center, and on top of that there is a capped urn. Right?
Yeah, don't open that.
Now
Nope.
on the northern wall is enormous fresco of a short, pudgy man with ginger hair in a pudding bowl style, like a page boy sort of cut, right? With green eyes and a single red eye patch. So a green eye, I should say, in a red eye patch. He's wearing a green cap and a patched cloak of many colors, carrying a sack over his shoulder with a dagger at his side. Okay, that's on the northern wall. The other walls are featuring scenes that seem to be featuring this person. Okay. There on one of them, there is this person is producing a chicken from his sack, so to distract wolves. And another one, he's using his cloak as a quilt to conceal himself from an angry husband. And another one, he is spiking 4 apples on his dagger while distracting an innkeeper with a card trick. And the last one, looks like he's absconding from a castle from a wizard's castle with that wizard's spell book in his sack.
Ooh.
Now, all of these
That's
things,
like my hero.
when you guys see this guy, they ring a bell to everyone except for probably Gorant. All right, but Mort, Avaricios, and Onweir, and like all of the NPCs, all recognize this as depictions of the famed mythic legendary hero, the story of many a tale told by a fireside of the famed Laeral One-Eye, who was a sort of a trickster hero of he's just well regarded by everyone as sort of like a Robin Hood, sort of like a ne'er-do-well. Yes, Ted.
Did we see him upstairs in the Hall of Heroes?
You did, actually. Yeah, he was definitely one of them, but it was just like one amongst many.
Yeah.
But when you see these depictions of them, and then you see these actual items in the room, and there's this capped urn right in the center.
Oh,
right.
this is his resting place. I bet he's in that urn.
Makes you wonder how many of those other heroes might be around.
Now this is like a hero that has achieved like legendary mythic status, right? So like you don't even know if any of these escapades were based in fact. They're just kind of tales that everyone sort of told, but they are told like empire wide,
right?
Okay?
Like Robin Hood kind of thing.
And now in like this sort of random place in the middle of Arden Vul, the middle of like what appear to be Thoth's precincts, right? There's this weird thing to him here in this room. Right.
And John, did everybody drink out of the fountains, or are we all seeing this the same way?
Everyone drank out of it, yeah. So let me actually give me 1 second. Yeah.
I guess Ibby did not. Ibby probably, yeah. He's a good boy, you know.
Hipster.
He's by your side no matter what.
What a guy.
I could tell while I was out. You guys didn't do anything, but he was like, touching my forehead, checking me the whole night.
Okay, so
he tried to hatch you.
Everyone can sense at this. This is where we're gonna have to leave it. Everyone can sense that, that there is. You don't realize why you know it, but everyone can attributes it. You do know that it's because of like this enhanced sight that you have, right? As you can see that on, the cloak. Hold on. Okay, so the patch cloak, the one that so there's 3 cloaks, but the patch cloak, the one that you actually saw depicted that Laeral was wearing, on that cloak, on the letter opener on top of the desk, and the sack. Let's see.
There's a sack?
No, sorry.
Yes.
Not a sack, sorry. So the patch cloak and the letter opener on the desk, there is some sort of effect that is making them appear non-magical. But when in fact you can actually tell that they have deep, strong magic in them. And that is a result of your sight. Like everyone picks up on it the same second. Like the moment you walk in the room and you kind of take everything in, everyone's eyes are drawn to those 2 items immediately. Like someone is trying to hide something here. And those things are not what they seem. Right?
True seeing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll let you explore the chamber of Laeral One-Eye next time, or maybe you're just gonna beat ass out of here if you can.
No, we're definitely gonna.
If David's back with you, David's gonna be spending some time.
Yeah, we know.
He's gonna wear that patch cloak. No one's gonna pry it away from him. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
An ugly patch cloak. He's gonna be all over it.
All over. Yeah.
His pharaoh hat. He'd be the weirdest looking man in the whole valley.
You look dope. Yeah. All right. Good session, guys. You guys did a lot of exploring. Yeah.
Woohoo!
And you're closer to the exit. And still alive. So good stuff.
Sweet.
All right, guys, that was great. Once again, you know the deal. You've been watching 3D6 Down the Line. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Please to pass the word on to all of your friends and family and have them subscribe as well. That'd be awesome. In the meantime, have a great week, and we will see you next time around. Have a great night every week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Later.
Thank you, John.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, John.